Hey, Sassy fam. Welcome to your Sunday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. Let me tell you, I've already done everybody's readings. This intro is technically an outro, but I told myself, Christina, we're just going to jump into it this time and be mindful of the clock, because let me tell you, I didn't want another Thursday check-in on my hands. I did what I always do when I'm nervous. I work more. Throwing myself into work has always been a way to offshore my nervous energy. It's my own particular pattern. I'm used to it. I'm accustomed to it. I try to work with it instead of against it. And like I said, it helps me. It helps regulate my energy. And also, P.S., I get the assurance that I've been productive. And then there's too much, which was what the Thursday check-in was. It was a massive file. By the time I was done, it was close to 5 hours. And I said, I'm not doing that. I'm not, because it's not a check-in at that point. Technically, it wasn't a check-in because all 12 signs, your baselines, were more than half clarified. So that wasn't a check-in at that point. And I said, oh, forget it. And I just chopped it up into 12 pieces. And I said, everybody's getting a bonus in-depth. I hope that you liked your Thursday check-in. I hope it worked for you. I hope it resonated. That's all any of us can do. I hope my work helped. And why are you so nervous, Christina? Well, I'll tell you why. It's kind of a big deal. For me, my first piece for the column is being published soon. So we're nervous. By the time I record this and when it comes out, and the same is true for my written work, all the dates vary. So I don't have the calendar in front of me, but it's coming out soon. It's already, of course, been viewed many times over for the people who need to review it. And I'm not going to lie, the feedback is awesome. You know what I said. It was self-censored, thank you. Self-censored. I want credit. Give me that credit. But it was awesome, the initial feedback. But it's about to go out to a wider audience. So, yeah, I'm nervous. So that's what happened to Thursday check-in. I was very aware of it. And we pushed. And I'm like, let's just stay here in our comfort zone for as long as possible. So it's like, you know what, Sunday check-in, let's just jump on into it. So here we are. How's your day going? I hope it's fabulous. Today, what are we doing? Yours and theirs, but of course, like always with yours and theirs, take what resonates, leave what does not. Reverse those energies as you see fit. More so with yours and theirs, as energy exchange and interchange is real, rapid, and fluid. Having said that, your person that I saw here today, for some of you, definitely does not include or is about... No, it's up to you, though. A significant other, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, lover, ex-type situation. It's whomever's in that dynamic as I'm describing it. Could be a family member, could be friend, could be a coworker for all I know. It's up to you, darling. Yeah, going back to the first point. Take what resonates and leave what does not. After all, these are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate at all, which I know is frustrating, but it's also very, very normal. Yeah, and if that's the case, check your other placements. You'll find yourself in there somewhere. Anything else other than yours truly being really fucking nervous. I threw this out there on YouTube and Facebook the other day. So right now I'm currently in the algorithm slump. I have the data. I also get the comments. So the comments as well as the emails. And Christina, I'm not seeing your work. Where'd you go? Did you quit? Did you give up? No, darling. I promise you it's not a me problem. I'm putting out content Thursday and Sunday as promised with a handful of shorts in between those. So once more, this is because I don't do this often. Okay? You know what's up. You know what the deal is. But every now and again, when I say this, it's because I actually mean it. When I say, guys, hit me with a like or a thumbs up, this has so much power. This is the equivalent of tipping your waitress. So I don't like asking for this, but every now and again, it behooves me to do so. And this is one of those times. Who makes up these crazy rules, honey? Let me tell you something. A career in social media is not for the faint of heart. You really have to be on top of it and just willing to keep up with trends, and that's not what I do. I have one really good skill that I showcase to you, and that's what I do. And that's one of the reasons why I tend to be versatile in my career. I love to do more than one thing. I love to exercise different skills in different ways. But I'm not necessarily trying to keep up with a trend. You know what I mean? So when I'm actually asking for this, it's for a good reason. So I appreciate this. I really do. But yeah, just a reminder. And then also, of course, if I'm not showing up in your feed, you can always go to my page directly and you will see the most current content there. Remember, I'm here for you Thursday, Sunday, and on some shorts too. All right, that's enough of that. You guys, I will see you for the Thursday check-in, some shorts, of course. And naturally, I will see you at your sign. Take care. Be well. Leo, you're up first. What's going on, please, for Leo? And the person, show me Leo and the person, show me Leo and the person. What's up for Leo and their person? Okay. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but as I explained in that intro, reverse energies, as you see fit, yeah. What's up? What's going on for Leo? What's going on? Queen of Pentacles, yeah. Four of Swords. And the Ten of Wands. You need some rest, honey. You do, and you know it. You're on it. You're taking care of it. Good. Ace of Wands. Page of Pentacles. Yeah. Nine of Cups. Lovely. Okay. The Emperor. The Devil. Five of Wands. Yeah. I see you're undergoing a battle. A death. I know. You're working through something, and it's looking like you are working through something kind of studiously in your own way. You are showing me kind of a sense of stoicism. I have to work through this. This is my thing. I have to deal with it. Let me back up. Death is in your overview. Something has recently come to a conclusion. It's transforming as we speak. You are kind of assuming a place of having to deal with the fallout or the brunt end of the work of it. Like I said, you are working through it. It is kind of meticulous on your part, laborious on your part, and there's going to be a time when it gets really weird in there. Okay, I'm seeing elements for you that suggest it's over. I know that. This is my responsibility to recover, to heal, to learn, to reflect. And you are showing me flashes of I got it, and then flashes of I'm pissed off. I can't believe this has happened. And then you go back to square one. So you're showing me elements here that are very, very indicative to loss, transformation, and the kind of, okay, this is what we have to do now. What you would call recovery or healing process. And the thing is that you're showing me a huge level of responsibility around it. So that tells me that you know what this is and that you are doing your best to meet it where it is. And you are doing your best to meet it where you're showing me everything here that's normal and healthy regarding a death process, which reminds me, for those of you who experienced loss, i.e. physical loss, as in reality, the loss of someone, I am sorry, okay? I'm not necessarily convinced that it's more the metaphor here. Something in your world is changing, and it's rather sizable. And you are, once more, doing your part to meet it where it is. So, good on you. You have to excuse me. I'm still recovering from the cold that I felt coming on and the Thursday check-in. We're still recovering from that, but doing much better. My energy's up. Oh, let me tell you. It's all about the energy, honey, some days. Let me tell you. And you know, actually, I'm looking at and you're showing me a lot of stages here: grief, frustration, anger. And I'd also have to insist you are doing what you know is expected. Okay, I have to work through this. I have to work. And you're showing me grounding principles here, going within, understanding that quietness, quiet reflection, in your own kind of comfortable space and environment. And it's hard. Ten of Wands, it's hard, but you are making progress. Now, the person attached to you, they're not quite attached to you yet. It looks like an energy that has the potential to show entry in your life. And it's quite bold. It's kind of bright. It's attractive. It's lovely. It's open. Ace of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. Now, where they are in approximation to you in 3D, I don't know. But it is showing me availability, or it could be available in your life in some way. It looks very bright, like I said. It has a very strong, talk about the energy is alive with that one, right? Very bright, very vivacious, someone who is open to openness, a sense of inspiration, passion, guidance, light, hope. Nine of Cups, someone who more or less abides by the principles of wish fulfillment. How they love themselves is how they love others. And this is what they would give themselves. This kind of thing. So they seem to, it's lovely, it's beautiful, but the Page of Pentacles is quite small here. You seem to be vastly preoccupied in wrapping something up in your life, learning from it, healing from it, growing from it, this kind of thing. No good energy here is gone to waste. Let me make that clear. Okay? You are maximizing everything. And over here, I'm looking at you, the Emperor, the Devil, the Five of Wands. Again, you're showing me an internalized fight. And equal parts frustration, anger. There's times when you're like, I can ground, I can heal, I can recover. And there's other times where you're like, I'm fighting and I'm angry and I'm pissed off. It's all part of the transformative process for you, which looks, again, you know what this is. You're either experiencing it at this time or you're not. You're knee deep in it and you understand what you expect from yourself to learn and grow and recover from this. That devil will be temporary, I promise. You have such strong elements in you. Aside, excuse me, from the signs here, in case you have Aries, Capricorn, or Scorpio in your chart, you're showing me a massive amount of energetic transformation right now for good cause, good reason. Okay, so I want you to continue to respect the process. There are elements in you that you are actively working through. I can't emphasize that enough. So this Leo, I'm looking at, you've experienced something. You've experienced a loss, either by your design or you were subject to it, but the thing is that you know what it is you're supposed to do. And all you're doing is showing me the stages of grief, and that you're working through them, and that you got this. So yeah, that's a temporary devil. That's temporary inflation, as we would call it, temporary energetic inflation, if you will. It'll come down. I know it will. You know what you're supposed to do. Right here. Right here. Right here. Okay? Let's get some advice for you. As for that, I don't think you are ready to receive that energy yet. Now, I suppose you could say it's on standby. I just know that it's available. It's very bright. It might be on your timeline more actively in future. But right now, I don't think you're in a space to receive it. No. I just want to let you know that it's there. Okay? Any advice, please, for Leo? Any clarification? Temperance, yes, patience, time, and healing is needed here. The Hierophant and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, you want to match this energy. You do. It's almost like you're trying to hone in on that signal, the Ace of Wands. You are showing me I'm repairing and healing, and I'm intensely focusing on that because I want to meet this energy, or whatever energy it is in future. It's clearly one individual, and it's very bright, and it's very open, and it's also loving, and it's inspiring, and it has all that lovely freshness. And you're like, yeah, I want to get there too. You do. You have some really strong aspects in your chart. There's a lot of dominance in there. Gosh, we got a lot of major players in here. Some of you have a very versatile chart. Anyway, Temperance, Hierophant, Ace of Wands. You want to get on the same energetic page as this, or whatever the new opportunity. You want to match the frequency. You do. You know what it is. You know you need healing. And there's a part of you, the higher self with the Hierophant here, says, I know what I'm supposed to do. And I saw that for you right away. You told me right away, this is my responsibility. Recover, recover, recover. I got to work through the grief. I got to work through the anger. And that's all part of the transformative process. Once more, I am not worried about you. It's going to feel chaotic sometimes. Absolutely. I don't care how death is showing up. Inevitable by your design, your prompt, your insistence, or someone else's. I don't know. I don't care. We still have work to do regardless. Point is that you want it preparedness, and you're on that way. You're on that road, honey. You are on that path to energetic and spiritual preparedness for the next part or next chapter of your life once we get out of this, the intensity of where you are. Okay? And it's a good goal. I like it. I like that. You want to get over here too. You want to match up with that Ace of Wands, honey. Whether or not you know them is irrelevant to me. The point is that you want to be ready. Because you feel it, don't you? You sense something else out there. You do. And you want to be ready. You're saying, I'm doing my part. We got two knights trying to connect in time. They will, both of these energies will explore each other in time when they're ready. They will connect when they're supposed to. Okay, so the knights here make this prospect a lot more real when they two try to connect. Okay, two external energies are trying to connect somewhere in the middle. It's a little further out, though. Speaking of which, let's do a time check, just kind of out of courtesy. I don't like it when people get too caught up in these, but I have to admit I'm a wee bit curious. Where are we? Okay. I would say I can't have another Thursday check-in. We can't do that. Try not to. That was a 5-hour whopper altogether. And even when I edited down, it was still about 4.5 hours. And I said, no. So we're going to have to break them all. Did I make more work for myself? Yeah. Do I regret it? No, absolutely not. I'm like you, honey. No energy has gone to waste if you learn from it and use it to the best of your abilities. You know? Still worth it to me. Okay, at dawn, Saturday, September. Goodness me. There might come a day in September. It could be, I have to admit, upon reflection last September, might have triggered the death cycle for some of you, FYI. Upcoming September for some of you might do the same. Don't quite know. And then for others of you, September as in a connectivity point with this. These, when these Ace of Wands are ready to match, if you will, harmonize, get on the same freaking frequency. I have to admit that is what I was focusing on. Now, for those of you who seem like that's a long way away, no, not when you're undergoing transformation at this level. Okay. The stages of grief are no joke. You know, we all roll through them in our own particular way at different times. And if you want to be ready the way I believe you do, excuse me, 6, 7 months, that's perfectly feasible. You want to stand by your healing and know that you're ready? Yeah. Yeah. I got you. Magnifying glass. Clearly looking, being methodical, going over things. Really garnering the details, understanding things as much as possible. The main man, some of you identify as the quote-unquote main male. Okay, and the polar bear, insistence. Tell you what, polar bear is a cute animal, but oh my God. It gets what it wants. It can be aggressive. It can be aggressive, absolutely. You know, it has to live in a harsh environment. Some of you are showing me I have to do the right thing, and it's hard, but I have to persist, and it sucks. But that's also the thing about being the guy, is that I have to know what's right for me. And sometimes that means being cold and aggressive. But again, it's the idea of I know what I have to do. You know. 1 in 15. All right. Why is that important? I was told to look down. Number 29, imprisonment. That's for some of you. 29, the number might be confirmation or a sense of imprisonment that we're trying to escape. Okay? Let's go ahead and throw down some of these. Just notice that on the split, end of a cycle for some of you. An important conversation. The time of conversations are over. I don't quite know. Okay. Some of you received a lot of growth last summer or this upcoming summer. Celebration, whatever this is, might be complete for some of you over the summer timeline. Okay? All right. We have the letters D, U, R, T. We have the peacock here. Bit of a show. Someone likes their display, their appearance, how they take care of themselves. Can sing a sweet song, but for the most part, a kind of display, a grand display. Can be a bit cheeky, but the idea is that we're trying to attract something that's, hey, notice me. So, you know, there's a sense of display, and for some of you, you are Leo. It's to be expected. It comes along with the territory, yeah? And then we have the rose, sense of romance, love, something blooming in time. Okay? Leo, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on? For Sagittarius, please, and their person. Show me Sag and their person. What's going on, please? Show me Saggy and their person. What's up? Your side. But as I explained in the intro, I have to remind people, reverse the energies as you see fit. But yes, we're going to start with your side. 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, and the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, we'll get back to that. 4 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and the 9 of Swords. Page of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. Hey, the King of Swords, goodness gracious. 4 of Swords. I know, they're trying to work through it now as we speak. You're showing me what looks like material concerns. Okay. We're resting. We're trying to gather our thoughts, trying to figure things out. Our pathway, we don't like it. You're holding on to it. Let's make that clear. We haven't made any major adjustments to it, but there is a recognition here of stagnation and what feels like a very strong threat to a potential pathway here that you've been on. You have been cultivating. You're showing me emphasis on coin, reality, structure. And they are too in their own way. And you're showing me I don't like where things are. I really don't. I really don't. It seems like we are experiencing more loss and struggle and strain than we are benefit and profit and growth. Now, you can either take that as the 3D in terms of the finances or a metaphor for what's going on comprehensively in the relationship, because there is a relationship here. Someone's, the one next to you, is saying, I'm in a relationship with Sag, and I admit things aren't so great right now. Four of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. They're all up in their head about it too. It's just they try not to show it. That doesn't mean that they're any stronger than you or any more equipped than you. It just means that their frustrations and their worries, which are not too dissimilar from yours, because you're showing me a 10, they're showing me a 9, they kind of keep it locked up on the inside. So it's kind of like saying, yeah, it preoccupies my mind all the time. I just, just try to focus on the basics in the home and our structure and our relationship. So there is a sense or a need here to keep things tidy or to feel like they're tidy between you and them. And you're like, I need to work through this. You do want to work through it. I wish you had a little bit more active help because someone being like kind of a quiet but hopeful partner is nice, but it doesn't really get into the heart of the issue here. And you very much want to get into the discussions and the mechanics of how to improve things. Either A, as the relationship in terms of its growth or lack of growth, or B, how the relationship is being currently affected by finances, structure, priorities, time, energy, and effort. These are all spendable concepts, not just money. Because you are not happy, honey. You are not happy, okay, where things currently stand. And you're giving this a darn good think. My concern is that you're giving it a darn good think on your own. That's my issue. As someone who says they're in a relationship with you and that they're trying to show you that they're comfortable and all is well, and I don't know what you're worried about, they themselves are intensely worried too. I know it comes out in small ways. They can't hide it all the time. I just like that you're over here trying to figure it out on your own, because you're showing me 10 of Swords, there's pain here, and you're like, things are going to end or fall off, or I'm going to lose my grip or control on things. And for now, it's like you're holding on to it, the Four of Pentacles, but that doesn't solve the issue. I agree. It doesn't. I wish you had a little more help here. Page of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, King of Swords. Again, someone here on their own, off their own energy, is showing me determination to push through this and try to find a little more to give to this, but it's really hard because they're the ones assuming all the responsibility to make this thing function. So this is a problem. It's like, okay, I guess I can step up and give more, but or figure out more or provide more to this, but it's really hard for me. I just want you to know. So again, I don't kind of like this, how one person is giving more and then feeling the pressure of it like it's automatically, I shouldn't be doing this, then you probably shouldn't be. You probably shouldn't be. I don't think I can give much more of myself to this. Then that's probably true. I'm seeing a lot of pressure from one person to sustain this, and they don't have much more to give it. To sustain it, never mind continue to grow it, and that's my problem. Okay, that's my problem. I'm seeing someone keeping everything locked up, their resources, their sense of can-do attitude, how they can help, locked up inside and kind of pretending all is well. It's not. It's not, especially when one person feels an overwhelming pressure to make things correct, to provide, to keep the ship right, when it really should be two people. It's almost kind of like if they admit that there were more issues, they'd have to help more, or I don't know, face reality for what it is. I don't quite know. But I don't like how one person's responding is, I'm going to try to give more, even if it's a Page of Pentacles, and that stresses me out. I don't know how much more I can give to this to make it right or correct. And again, it's because one person's assuming too much of the correction, the course correction. So I would really like to see a little bit more help here. I would. The thing is, honey, if you're in that position of having to ask yourself, I don't know how much more I can give this, when it should be you stepping up a little more. The thing is, you probably shouldn't, because then you start crossing into the realm of enabling and things like that. Well, you're not really giving me any indication about how you'll jump in and help, so I guess I'll have to do more if I want to save us or recover the finances. You see my problem? So I like how you, in the overview, it's like, I need to reflect, I just need to rest, I need to rest my mind. And what you come out with all that is, I guess I'll do more. I have a shrinking desire to do so and have much little else time and energy effort to give this, but I guess I'll go ahead and bully myself into doing it. Somebody's got to, right? Does that sound healthy to you? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I don't know who this is, honey, but they said that they're in a relationship with you. So if you're asking for help, first of all, let's start with, have you asked for help? Like, blatantly. I can only do so much. I'm only one person. I only have so many hands. I would like to ask you to start incorporating this, that, and the other stuff I would normally do. But it would be very helpful to me and meaningful to me, and a very strong indication that you don't just care about me, but you care about us, if you gave more in these ways. Maybe you could pick up some extra work. Maybe you could do these things around XYZ. So have you done that? Okay, because I have a feeling some of you have a hard time asking for help, and that's a real issue for people. I know, I suffer the same thing, honey. And then I wonder why I get overwhelmed sometimes, okay? And then I have a little shutdown day. But for those of you who's like, yes, I've asked for help. Okay, why are you still assuming to do more when you really can't? It's not really about a them or a they at that point. It's about you and what you're agreeing to, and you know you probably shouldn't be. Okay? And once more, take it resonates, leave it does not. Just because I'm saying it's Sag doesn't mean it's yours. Okay? You may not resonate, and that's fine. I just want to let you know this is real daily life and domestic issues for some folks. Absolutely. I mean, real tarot is real life. I'm shocked how many people wander in and they complain. Where's the new person? Why aren't you telling me so-and-so is coming back? No, honey, I get that crap too, because that's also real life. But this is also real life. Sometimes I get the sunshine and the rainbows and the puppies and the ice cream. All the things people want to hear. And those are so blessedly rare but special and sweet. And this is the real shit. These are the real people. These are my people. These are the ones I want to help, you know? Stop focusing on the relationship and a them and they and more about, okay, at what point can I hold myself responsible and how I'm contributing to this dynamic? Because let's be real, this dynamic sucks. So I want to switch it up, but I got to see myself too. I got to know that I want to do that. I got to address it, you know? Anyway. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I got a feeling it has to do with coin and how it's affecting the overall relationship. Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Cups. There is this sense of, I want to give more in a healthy way. I want my empire to expand, and I want you to be in there with me, but you're not giving enough. You're not helping enough. You're not doing enough. I can see someone's comfortable in the relationship in terms of the environment, but that doesn't mean they're doing their part. The Ten of Pentacles is comprehensive. It's very comprehensive. It takes a lot to maintain it. Creating it. Here's the creation of it. Eight of Pentacles, that's the active creation contribution to a Ten of Pentacles. This is easy compared to maintaining the damn thing. Making sure everything's functioning. The resources, the connections, everybody we know and why. It's not just our personal home and money. It's so much more than that. And we want that specialness. We want something to build in a healthy way between ourselves and our person, always. We want something that's high functioning, high caliber, and maybe recognition, maybe a strong sense of community and continuity, maybe a healthy bottom line. And you're like, look at this. We're barely making things meet over here. The Four of Pentacles, the Emperor. Holding on to what we have, okay? Holding on to what we have versus what it is we'd like to work through and achieve. And that's going to require the efforts here of two people in a healthy, productive way. Is it possible to get into an 8 and 10? Absolutely. As things are, where you can barely give more or concede to giving more? No. 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 I think it's time to have a realistic conversation with that person. Because, yeah, I want you to have more. I want you to have a healthy, thriving 10 of Pentacles and a 6 of Cups. I do. But an Emperor with the 4 of Pentacles isn't going to achieve that. 4 of Swords, rest. We need to rest our heart space on this particular topic. Is this the person you want to share your life with? Is this the person you can trust to... I said it. Is this the person you... Sorry. Is this the person you can trust your long-term goals with? Let's be real. Is this the person you can trust your do they have long-term game? Okay. Can they conceive of long-term goals? Do they have that once I'm in it, I don't quit it mentality? Or do they do a little bit of work and say they need a break every 30 minutes? You know what I'm saying? There's some people who can work, and I'm not just saying it's all about work, guys. I'm just saying if that's your goal, is to have a healthy, thriving 8 of Pentacles within a 10, that you have someone you can trust, 6 of Cups, and love, and build that world with sufficiently, you either have that or you don't. That's either a goal for you or it's not. And if it's a goal, tell me when and where and how this goal is being met. So they might be a partner, but is that your goal partner? Is that your ideal partner? I'm just saying. This guy's a couple interpretations to that. First, for some of you, you were hoping to garner a better harvest. And it hasn't been so fruitful or productive. We've seen that. And then possibly for some of you, there's the indication of an ending, as we see here with the 10 of Swords. For some of you, not all of it, this is what you would call foreshadowing. I'm not saying anything long-term on that subject, but it has crossed your mind. Yes, it has crossed your mind. The family room, and this is the big concern here. It's not just about the home. Are we thinking beyond our personal home and comfort zone, our own personal finances? Aren't we wanting to do more? Aren't we wanting to achieve more? Aren't we wanting to succeed more? This has been someone's relentless thought for a minute. And a lot of concern there about the family room. Yes, the family room is very important, honey. I prize my home too. But also, there's so much more I'm trying to do in terms of goals and career and structure and things like that. You know? The home don't thrive unless there's work willing to be done on the outside of it in order to maintain it. So yes, the family room, by all means, is important. But what are we doing to make sure it's intact? Is it meeting your goals and definition? Anyway, is this what we had hoped to harvest? Okay, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. I probably spent too much time with yours. It's what I do. Action, courage, new perspective, summer growth. Okay. Here we need the sense of new perspective. Okay, for some of you, by the way, Sag is your Jupiter placement. If you can believe in new beginnings and see things for yourselves differently, and you still want to create space and environment with this person, then it is time for realistic talk. Okay. Is it still possible to achieve your goals with this person? Only you would know. But you need to check against yourself first. What I want in this life. Is it achievable with this person? If yes, it's time to address this because I want to believe in them and I want to continue to invest in them. Cool. If not, we need to have the action and the courage to see things differently. New perspective. Is this what I really want to see for myself long term? Many of you will not be able to answer that until further out in the summer. Okay? And that's all right. It's not a challenge, so don't take it as one. I'm not going to do actual direct time placements. I don't think it's needed here today. We still have a lot to work through. The letter Q, T, we have the medallion of Gemini. Some of you have some very strong Gemini in your chart. The season could be important or you could be connected to Gemini. And then we have the infinity loop. Sense of soul bond, infinity, but we also want healthy karma. You know, that would be good karma as you might roughly refer to it, or bad karma. The thing is that it loops back. So eventually we get back what we put into it. So make sure it's good. Make sure it's a healthy soul bond. Make sure it's good, healthy endeavors. Are you meeting your goal or not? Okay. Okay. If someone's always subtracting from the bottom line and one person's the only one person responsible to adding to the bottom line, you see where one's efforts are constantly being minimized by someone else. And it's, I don't know, guys. We got a lot to think about. Okay. Do you believe in this person the way you believe in your goals? They're either in alignment with what you saw for yourself or they're not. Okay? Regardless, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Aries in their person. Show me Aries in their person. What's up? Show me Aries in their person, please. So, like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. So I explain that intro, reverse the energies as you see fit. The Sun, 10 of Pentacles, the Page of Swords. Interesting. Okay. I'm very curious about your Page of Swords. They're right at the end, but we'll see. Let's keep on keeping on. The Wheel of Fortune, the Knights of Pentacles of the World. Okay. 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 Two of Pentacles, the Magician, the Seven of Cups. Yeah. Someone changed their mind. Oh boy, this one's going to go over like a lead balloon. Seven of Pentacles in your opening. Yeah, I see that. I see it's like you're minding your business. You're minding your business. Things are at a particular growth rate. This is not stagnation. This is the opposite of it. This is where people show me I've built up a lot. And I'm shifting gears downwards now just to maintain it, so we don't need to add to the pile. I have to distinguish that often. So Seven of Pentacles in that sense of looking back on how much work you've done, you can afford to ease down. Maybe take a break. You're saying you're quite happy with what you have established, and you have quite a bit that you've established, so congratulations to you. You know, your foundation is beautiful, it's solid, it's consistent, it's steady. It does well for you. It has longevity written all over it, and you're not willing to part ways with any pentacle of it. You're glad for every square inch of it. Very happy. It's made you happy. It's done well for you. You're thriving. That's thriving. And then I was very curious about the Page of Swords. It's like taking all that time, energy, and effort, and you're like, it gets dialed down to a Page of Swords, like blip, right there towards the end. And I was like, why did you just go blip? Because the Page of Swords is the most helpless of the pages. All it does is watch or observe, and that's why it's associated with spying. So it's given everything attached to you and how well you are doing. I was like, what are you looking at? And you're like, I don't know. And you don't know. It's like you are keeping your eye out for something, but you don't know what it is you're supposed to be keeping your eye out for. And that happens. I don't see you directly looking at anyone. You're just like, I'm trying to keep my eye out for something. And you're right. You weren't wrong. You are trying to keep your eye out for something. You just don't know what it is. You have this kind of notion. Someone's trying to come through. It's not necessarily intuition. You just have this idea. It's a small idea. What is that? What is that I'm thinking? What is it I'm feeling? So again, it's like keeping an eye out, but you don't know what you're keeping an eye out for. You really don't. Otherwise, you are extremely preoccupied, my friend. You are well-rooted. You're well thought of, highly connected, resourced, networked, however you want to do it. Some of you might be independently wealthy. I mean, bravo. You've earned it. Look, the sun's out for you, babe. I mean, sun shines for you. I love it. You're so comfortable. Okay. Someone changed their mind here, though. And I think this is what was priming your mind on occasion to look out for something. You didn't know what the heck it was. Situation, a person, something coming through. The Wheel of Fortune, Knights of Pentacles, the World. That the literal translation of that is, you know what, after some reflection, I'm not going to do it. Somebody was going to come forward. It's a little slow. And they did that thing I tell people not to do all the time. They talk themselves out of it. So I don't know why I'm saying this for you today. You just had a Page of Swords there. It's like you had this idea to keep an eye out for something. And considering that you're so structurally sound, it makes me think sometimes you keep an eye out unconsciously in your environment. It's like you're looking for something, but you don't know that you're looking for it. It's something that you had this idea to keep an eye out for something or somebody, I should say. You don't quite know what it is. It looks like it's an unconscious behavior, and it's so small. But it's tied to your 3D world. And I can see why. Something that has the ability to show up in your 3D, no matter how slow, told itself, after some reflection, I'm not going to do it. Now, the world is in their position where they could open this or close this. They chose to close it. Or at least not come forward at this time. Why? I don't know. They might come forward at another time. The world, like I said, seems to be in a position for them at their disposal to either close a door or open a door. And right now they're choosing to not really close it, just keep walking away from it. They talked themselves out of it. Somebody did. 2 of Pentacles, the Magician, 7 of Cups. What sucks there is that they want to do it. And they talked themselves. I don't know if they're nervous Nellies. I don't know if they don't have the nerve. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to do. Then it's like, if you don't know what to do, then why the hell are you thinking about coming forward? That tells me somebody wants to with the 7 of Cups. They've thought about it, felt it, I should say, cup, 7 of Cups. They've felt it many, many times. And then Magician, too, there's the want. Magician don't play. When it's attached to the 7 of Cups, I very much desire to open up towards this. 2 of Pentacles, though, someone has a tendency to over-hesitate and then shoot themselves down. It's not a you problem, babe. It's not a you problem. We cannot make people make decisions for themselves, no matter how much they want something internally. If they're going to wiffle-waffle themselves to death and talk themselves out of taking steps or actions, no matter how small, that's what they're going to do. And that's what this person did. Will they always be like that? I don't know. But I can see how your Page of Swords struggles to make sense. But it's so low-key, it's like you're not aware of it. You know how it is when you're out, you're driving, or you run around running errands, and you just had that feeling. It's not even a feeling, it's a thought. Like, you look up, you expect something or someone to be there, and they're not. That's what you've been experiencing, some of you, in a small way. And then you put your head back down, you're like, I don't know. And you go back about the business, you forget about it. You know? There's the desire. I want to open up towards this. 2 of Pentacles. Let's wiffle-waffle this bullshit. Drop the ball. That's what they do. They've done it many times. And it's looking like it's on them again to do it again. They'll drop the ball again. It sucks because I see the want enough to ask the universe for help. The big part of that, when you ask the universe for help, is that you also have to help yourself. That means the physical piece. You have to say something. You have to do something. The rest takes shape at the energetic level. So, I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying this today. Other than the fact that you two are in some way connected. By the environment, for sure. And by that, you share the same city, the same town. I don't know. But you're on their mind, so. Enough so that it flips up on your radar. Let's get some advice, please. The Hermit, Ace of Swords. Okay. Strong truth in there. Healing ourselves towards it over a long period of time. Ace of Cups. Yeah. Okay. Judgment. The World. Oh my. Wow. We need somebody here. Somebody. The World, the Judgment. Someone here has a very strong lesson about you should know what you want by now. Damn. Judgment here is attached to that world. A lesson here about if you're going to step up to the door, either open it or close it. This person walks up to the door, backs away from it. Won't make a decision. We have lessons about this. Stop hesitating or you're going to lose by default, and people will lose by default. The more you hesitate, actually, you're much more likely to hurt yourself. And this has been shown repeatedly. The more you hesitate instead of going after what you want. And so here's the thing. The indecision comes from this person not having taken the time to truly consolidate. Here's the consolidation of the knowledge base with the Hermit as wisdom, practical experience. That's why it's one of the best indications of healing about what it is we know the truth is regarding our love. Until a person gets consolidated about what they're thinking and what they feel, owning what we think, what we feel, ownership of the thought and the feeling, someone's always going to be a timid Timmy. Someone's always going to be a nervous Nelly. But this whole, dear God, please allow me, they're already open up towards it. They already are open up towards it emotionally. But until someone possesses that knowledge, they're always going to creep up to that door and then slink the hell away from it. Oh, I can't handle the door. I can't handle the world today. I can't. We got a lesson for this person. Shit or get off the pot, homie. Anyway, you carry on with your business. If that helps you with that Page of Swords moment when it happens from time to time. Because I know it's happened to me. Where you just, you're out and about and you're doing your thing. And you're like, you're this and that and that and that and that and that. What the hell is that? And you look up for no reason. And some could call that intuitive process. But this for you is like an unconscious thought. It's like a tick that makes you look up. And you're like, I don't know what I'm expecting to see right now. Yeah. It's such a low hum, though. The venomous thoughts, there it is. The distrust, don't do it. Don't do it. You loser. You don't know what the hell you're doing. The venomous thoughts, yes. Someone's so afraid, disguised. Someone's so afraid that they'll be attacked or they have the worst thoughts coming towards them or that they'll be cut or dismissed automatically. Someone's afraid of someone's stinging words, being struck. Someone fears the worst. Then why the hell do they keep creeping up to the damn door? Someone who doesn't know their mind and they don't know their heart are always going to play wiffle waffle with themselves. But not you. You get to choose your own level of participation. This is what they fear. The key. You have the key. You have your own key, honey. Use it wisely. All right? You don't have to lock yourself into situations like this, and you don't have to accept it. You have the key here. You know this. Go about your business. Okay? You have lots of keys to lots of doors. This is their own particular key to the door that they're struggling with. I can't even get the damn key in the lock, honey. Okay. Until someone masters their mind and masters their heart, they're never really going to know what to do. All right. Simply put. Crossroads. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I say, hanging crossroads. They haven't dismissed it just once. They've done it multiple times. I'm going to do it today. I'm going to do it today. They've been summoning the energy from the universe. Oh, but the universe won't make it easy. You mean you have to present yourself? Okay. Harvest, autumn, Venus, the offer, a karmic partner. For some of you, fall. This is someone we know. We have unfinished business with this person. That's all karmic partner means in this respect. But it's the offer of Venus. So it's coming from a sense of the lover or the sweetness, the romantic gesture, fall. Karmic partner, it doesn't have to automatically be negative, but this is someone who has fully yet to learn the lessons of the experience from when you two last met, and we're trying to consolidate ourselves to that experience. So there is a sense of comeuppance then. That would explain why this person's afraid automatically of recrimination. Okay. Or feeling like they're cut down. Maybe it's because it's what they're due. And they know it. I don't know. But the thing is, that doesn't mean you will. That doesn't mean you're automatically going to bitch them out or slap them in the face. You know? It's just whatever they're fearing, it's because in some way they feel like they deserve it. And until you know that and come to terms with it, and your heart has to be bigger than the fear, It's going to stay that way at a distance, you know? Anyway, moving on. You know what? No, we already had some indication of time. The autumn, okay? For some of you. At the way they're going, I believe it. We have the letter G, P, K, W, L, and K again. And then we also have the medallion of Capricorn in the reverse, the key word here being ambitious. Some of you might have some very interesting Capricorn in your chart, could be connected to, or their season might be important to you. And then some of you simply identify with the word ambitious. All right, Aries, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me, oh, and of course, happy birthday once more. Show me Aquarius and the person, please. Show me Aquarius and the person. Show me Aquarius and the person. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, yeah? But as I explained in that intro, reverse the energies as you see fit. What's going on? What's going on? Four of Swords. Lots of people showing me that today. Knight of Cups, Page of Cups. Good for you. I like that. I've seen something like that. Not exactly, but something similar like that for you before not too long ago. So the Aquarian collective is doing good in that heart space. All right. The Empress, the Magician, the Hermit. Wow. Okay. Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords, Four of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, overview, 10 of Wands. Yeah, there's some stress, there's some strain. This isn't easy for you, in other words. It's not an accusation, don't take it as one. You showed me this is, it's hard. It's hard, Christina. 10 of Wands, do you understand the pressure? I do. But these two, they love each other. You both avoided each other. You both held on. Let's just call a spade here. I don't always see shared on this shared line, but this one's absolutely shared. Yeah, no, it's been hard for you, honey. Four of Swords, Knight of Cups, Page of Cups. And that's why I said good for you, because you've been healing that heart. Yeah. Specifically, your sense of expression. You have been working through vulnerability. Oh, no. Aquarius is not one of your favorite words, honey. Okay? As Aquarius loves to say, we bear the water. That doesn't mean we're getting our hands wet. Right? It's like a little slap in the face to water signs. No, I know. I know where it comes from. I understand what your characteristics and personalities like. I get it. I get it. So, real respect's real. At least with Aquarius, that's been my experience. Four of Swords, Knight of Cups, Page of Cups. Yeah. I mean, we've been working on our feeling, our flow, and our sense of vulnerability. And I mean real work, too, with the Four of Swords. We've taken some good, quiet time to reflect on our words and our heart's expression and flow and all that gushy water stuff. Particularly, again, that nasty little V word, vulnerability. I know. The Empress, the Magician, the Hermit. This person very much, they know themselves. Ooh, 100% ownership. I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm not saying they're better than anyone. I'm saying they have ownership of self, and that's wonderful. And you want to know one of the things they own? And being so empowered and knowing who they are, they would love to heal things with you. They would love to. They would take full ownership of that. Okay? The Empress, the Magician, the Hermit, they're like, it's actually a point of pride for this person. It's like, I can work through anything if I say so. And it's not that kind of stubbornness. It's more like, because they know they can. And as the Empress here or the Emperor, if they say something is worth their time, energy, and effort, they mean it. So as far as they're concerned, their connection to you and whatever this is, whatever role they play, it may not be romantic, I honestly don't know, it's up to you. Whatever role they play in your life, they're like, I don't do anything that I don't believe in. I don't say what I don't mean. They're like, I can heal, and I can heal with you. I would love to do that. They take it seriously, and in fact, a big part of them has been desiring this. In some ways, they know they would benefit in healing the connection with you. They would will it from the universe, too, with the Magician there. But again, it's full ownership. It's kind of like, if I were to put this in realistic dialogue, I have been wanting to talk to you about these things. You know, I feel like this is how I could benefit if we had this dialogue, or this is how you and I could benefit, or I feel like we could. And, you know, I've been wanting to do this, and I'm glad that you opened up, or I'm glad that I opened up. I hope you are. You know, because there's some good work in here. There's some good feeling here. And I'd like to heal things with you. You see what I'm saying? Full ownership. No regrets on that one. 7 Wands, 7 Swords, 4 Pentacles. Now I can see where you both played into active avoidance. 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords. And that's some classic, well, I'm avoiding me, I'll avoid you. You block me, I'll block you. Both of you played into that. So, no, they're not perfect. Neither are you. You both did it. But yet you both held on. 4 Pentacles. So what does that tell you? I'm not saying you two will kiss and make up. Again, I don't know what your relationship is. What I am saying is that it was hard for you both to avoid or push each other off or block each other. And it was neither one of you, however, was terribly interested in letting go of this completely either. In fact, the both of you are a little stubborn about it. So there you go. I only encourage when I see something positive on both sides. A little bit of I'm avoiding you, or I don't have anything to say, or whatever. It's that's what two people do, and that's usually because they need more time on their own to figure this stuff out. Like, is this important enough for me to hold on to it? Never mind work through it with so and so. Okay? And apparently to the both of you it is. All right? I can tell, though, if you two want to throw down a grudge match, you will. If you want to separate, isolate, and do some tit-for-tat stuff, you will. But I really like how that you're showing me it's been hard, but I've been working on my emotional vocabulary. And I'm ready to discuss, or I feel I can discuss, things like vulnerability. This has been hard for me. That's a form of vulnerability right there. This has been hard for me. Do you hear the language? To work through this. It has been hard for me to recognize some of these feelings. Some of them are love. Some of them are frustrations. There's times when you really piss me off, and there's times I reasonably want to say fuck you. But I also want you to know that I love you. Can you see what I'm saying? That in and of itself is an act of vulnerability. When we use real identifying words and language that other people can comprehend, be they negative or positive, it's still an act of vulnerability, It suggests the other person cares enough to hear it, regardless of how you would label the emotion. So, I say once more, good for you. I'm very proud of you. Okay? Justice. King of Swords, that's you, darling. And Strength. Ooh, yes, good. See, you need to have a higher concept behind this. I agree. You either have this in a situation with somebody or you don't. And people who really don't have that strength of conviction or will to balance a situation really need to leave things like this alone. Because that means we don't care enough about the other person to give a damn or try. And that means we're not tying lessons to them. We're not trying to tie big life choices to them. Not that they aren't important. It's just... The thing is, you have to know when to chalk something up to an experience and your own private lesson, but it's not necessarily worth trying to retain a connection or fix it. And that's where we have to learn to let things go. It's just not good for us to try to sit there and fix it. And there's other things we have as much responsibility attached to us to figure it out, stupid, for ourselves first. And if it means something to us, because it is a kind of life lesson, it is important to us as people, who we are and what we stand up for, then we do find the strength within ourselves to address it, to correct it. And there are things in you, reasonably so, I might point out, that you want to equalize. You have things to say too. It's not just about feelings here. This is the portion that you feel you had to work on, but you also rightfully have a right to represent yourself. To try to justify, not just justify, we don't just want excuses, right? Excuses are easy. What I mean is to balance things for ourselves. I have something on my mind too. And I also have something in my spirit too. That's also what justice is. It's a sense of balance within the spirit. Okay? Not just technicalities and legalities. No. It's the strength of mind is here for you. And also that this is something you must do. You want to operate by the principles of some sort of balance. And it means a lot to you, which is good. Otherwise, again, I wouldn't be seeing this. So this is not for that person that you've already dismissed. This is the person we've held on to their energy and our thoughts and last impressions because we still have something in us to say. Okay? All right. the main female, and the cross, a sense of burden. So here we have the main female. You either identify as the main female or tensions are towards the main female. And there's that sense of burden and or obligation. Higher self here in the Hierophant energy is not depicted in the most flattering way. It is that sense of cross of burden to bear. But there is something here about one person feeling like they've had this burden to bear in regards to someone else. Okay. Or that someone else here assumed too much responsibility. This is my burden to bear. This is my cross to bear. I'm the one who has to work through this or fix through this. Or there's a sense of we have an outstanding sense of balance or order towards someone who describes the main female here. I do feel these a little bit mixtures of both energies. Okay, 2 and 36. Contracts, careers, commitments. Saturn for some of you, FYI, Aquarius might be a Saturn placement. But there's a sense of contract here. Career, commitments. There it is again. That sense of a balance owed. I'm committed to this, contracted to this in some way. It's a contract I can't just leave alone or leave in disrepair. That's what I'm saying. That's how you know the difference between something that you need to let go and something that you should go back and readdress. And again, I'm not saying it's all on you. I'm saying it's for two people here. Yeah. Come on now. Celebration, wish fulfillment. There was a period of separation as you both contemplated your forms, or respective forms of self-worth and expectations. Spring. Okay. First, it's too many. But I think we got the background here. There might be the opportunity here to celebrate, but not after a period of reflection, the both of you, about what is self-worth and what does that mean and how do you apply it. Okay? For some of you, the context would be spring. Okay. We have the letter S. We have the letter B. I already hear the joke. It's a bunch of BS. Well, for you, it might be. That may not be for all Aquariuses. We have the medallions of Libra, twice. Libra in the upright, Libra in the reverse, the key word here being charming, and then also Aries, the key word here being courageous. You might have any of these placements very strongly in your chart. The season of Libra might be important to you as well as Aries, and then you could be connecting too. That's interesting. And charming. And charming in Libra upright. We also have Libra's power card here. It just occurred to me that given that positioning, just throwing it out there as a possibility, the Libra placement for whomever might be Venus. If it's yours, let me know. That will be wild. It could be your person's too. It has that sense of charming. The rose, the Venus implication here. Love, some sexuality, charming. It just has that vibe. Anyway, whatever. May or may not be of importance. It just kind of clicked my radar right there. All right, Aquarius, honey. Regardless, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on for Gemini? And their person, please. Show me Gemini. And their person. Show me Gemini and their person, please. Cool. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, yeah? But just explain in the intro, reverse the energies as you see fit. What's going on for Gemini? Yeah. Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups, Temperance, hey. That's nice. Three of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. Oh, okay. Three of Pentacles, King of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, I don't know about that. Three of Wands, you're giving yourself a lot of space right now. Okay, and you should. You've got things that you're working through, and they're beautiful things. And you might notice the more you work through them, the better you feel. Not a coincidence. So Three of Wands, I don't think you're waiting. No, you're showing me distance. You're showing me distance, be it the actual physical, as in real life distance between you and this person, spiritual distance, emotional distance. The point is distance, but it's distance with a plan. You're like, I need time to understand me. I need time to understand my heart. And the more you do, the better you feel. Your energy's picked up considerably with this distance. You feel better with the Queen of Wands. You feel more in tune with yourself, more creative, more passionate, more alive, more lively. And you're like, this can't be a coincidence. And it's not. So you distancing yourself from this has done you wonders. Okay. I'm not trying to be mean. I read what's here, not what it isn't. I told you it's not a coincidence. And the more space you get from it, the more you like how your heart feels on its own. And that kind of says a lot, you know? It kind of says a lot. When your heart feels so much more better, soothed, satisfied, at peace, when it's given distance between yourself and someone else, and it's a problematic situation or person, and it won't mend properly, it won't feel good, or it can't feel good, you don't have the tools to fix it, or someone else won't cooperate, and you finally get space from it, you authorize the order, I need space from this, I need distance from this, and you're like, oh my God, I feel so much better. It kind of tells you what you've been going through. And you've been healing your heart beautifully. You've been doing such a good job on your own. You look gorgeous, darling. You look relaxed. You look so bright and lively. You've done a beautiful job. Your heart space it doesn't seem to have heartburn anymore. Let's put it that way. So it's very soothed and calm and serene. That cup is. Look at you. You look so calm. Even with the Queen of Wands, which tends to have a very strong oomph, it's that sense of I feel alive, because the Ace of Cups is here and Temperance is here. So you may not be identifying as someone who feels passionate, but you do feel alive, right? You feel full of hope. Again, fire is heat, hope, vision, horizon, inspiration, creativity. Some of you might be feeling extra creative right now, but in a calm way that says, I'm here, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm looking out upon the world and I see things for myself and I feel alive and open, and that's gorgeous. I love where you are. But again, that tells me where you came from. You're still operating from a place of distance. The person attached to you, Three Swords, Page of Pentacles, Two of Cups, they're showing me ache and pain in the heart, and they're afraid that there isn't much left to invest in this, Two of Cups. There's a fear of rejection, of trying to work through this or putting any more into this, and the more distance between you two, obviously the bigger that fear is getting. The time to put more into this, to fix it or repair it, has shrunk considerably. They are still attached to you emotionally. Okay, in some way they love you, and so it may not be romantic. I honestly don't know. The Two of Cups has a sense of it's supposed to be a mutual feeling between us. But there's a fear here of I can't do it, or I can't put much work into this, or my ability or my time to put work into this to fix the cups, to make things feel good between us, has shrunk considerably, or they just can't put in any more effort. So they're showing me a stuntedness of effort, either due to time restrictions, there's no more time to try to fix this, or this is what they're not capable of doing, giving more to fix it. It's just kind of like even if Gemini took my Page of Pentacles, I wouldn't have much to give it anyway. So it does feel a little self-defeating. You know, it's the assumption to be rejected either from the self or by you. Three of Pentacles, King of Cups, Nine of Swords. It's not enough to work with. It's not enough to work with. It's just not enough. It's not enough to work with. It's like trying to, let's make a whole emotional relationship based on the premise of friendship. Someone's not going to go for it. We're not going to go for it anymore. I don't think you're going to go for it anymore. That's not enough. King of Cups says so. It's not enough. The cooperation here, friendship, isn't enough to sustain the Two of Cups. It's kind of like I'd rather have my heart be on my own than be attached to you and what it is you can't give me. I am more than a project. I am more than a friend. I am more than an adjacency to your feelings, because that's what it feels like. It's like love adjacent. You know, will you be my friend that has a little bit more emotional value than other people? No. Again, I'm not trying to take up space in emotional adjacency with you. Okay. It's not enough. So their internal fear here of they'll reject of whatever I have to offer anyway is true. You would, because it isn't enough. You've already made that clear. I'd rather be on my own than try to share something with you. I'd rather have a full cup and have access and enjoy my full cup that I know I can replenish for myself than ask you to try to do it, because you just can't do it. You're not up to task. You're not up to code. You're not up to snuff. You just don't give enough. Or they assume that what they have to offer isn't good enough. It's still a form of self-rejection, which means it's probably true anyway. They wouldn't be able to give more because they honestly believe they can't. They know they can't. So either way, they're getting shot down, either by you, from themselves, a little bit of both. The reason that distance took effect, the reason you gave notice to separate from this, you weren't wrong. It's just not enough. That King of Cups would starve. Okay. And I think you've had enough starving on whatever this is. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. Maintain your distance. You seem to be doing better, like you've concluded for yourself. My heart's doing much better without you. You know, and that's a hard thing to feel. That's a hard thing to understand, but it doesn't make it any less true for the Gemini I'm looking at. So if this is not your reading, and you should know by now if it is, if it does not resonate, check your other placements. Judgment in reverse, King of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. Someone has yet to learn their lesson about you. There you are. Let's see. Queen of Wands, Judgment's in reverse. That's a serious accusation. Yet to learn the lesson. If a King of Pentacles here, practically speaking, their obligation, the King, Queen of Pentacles, is to know a good investment. This person missed a judgment call on investment. A bad one. You should know when to invest by now. You should know a good deal when you see it. You should know when to give more. Because this person, again, the fear of rejection, what I have to give isn't good enough. It's true. Page of Pentacles is nothing. Neither is a Three of Pentacles when we're talking about love here. Things can start out as friendships, don't get me wrong, but we're past that. Like I said, you're rejecting that point of emotional adjacency. So we should have known to give more. We failed to give more, and this was a lesson. We should have known to give more to this. And if you want it, you have to invest to keep it. You had more to give. You should have given more. It's you know... So in other words, it's not your... it wasn't really... You might have been your call to separate, to drift, to get distance from this. But really the failure to execute preceded you in that decision. You're experiencing the benefit of giving yourself distance. Why? Why did you choose that? Why did you evoke that choice? Why? Because you had reason to. Lack of investment. Yeah. Queen of Pentacles. Lovers, there's someone else. Someone else received the investment. And that's you. I mean, I'm sorry. I see you next to someone else who it looks like there's a frequency. So we'd explain it. Okay. So let's not piddle paddle with that. You knew you'd be receiving someone's scraps. What they could give. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have the strong connection, the one that turns you on, makes you feel alive. Claim to have feeling with it, and then say this is all I have to give, is that good enough, and expect someone to take you seriously. It's not going to work. Someone was already receiving the frequency of investment, that's why. There's really no other reasonable excuse, because what you have to offer is ample, charged, real, alive. And a full heart. You told me you can't be an emotional adjacency to this. It would make you third party. It wasn't enough. Someone's already getting it. Someone has the investment on paper. You had this person's spiritual and emotional connection. Yeah. But to sustain it, then you would have to justify something you can't justify and wouldn't want to. And also receiving someone's scraps in love isn't enough. It's never enough. It will never be good enough. You did the right thing. You did the right thing. I don't know how long it took you. I don't give a damn. Point is, you did the right thing. Like I said, it was better for your heart to be on your own than to share it with that. Okay? Yeah, no, that's right. You called it. They didn't have anything but peanuts to give you to float a 2 of cups. It's just not enough. It's not enough. They failed to make the... I would say, they failed to make the right investments not quite right. They already invested in what they invested in. That's them. They have to own that. That's theirs. It was correct for them. That's why they chose it. In the greater scheme of things, was it the correct investment? Well, there's the mature woman in here. And the Queen of Pentacles in this respect. Middle-aged or over. Mature woman. This is, I feel it. I just feel it. I just feel it. I just feel it. That's the one who received the investment. Luck. 2. A bit of luck. The 4-leaf clover. Thoughts. Thoughts. Well, rolling the dice. If someone took the dice, rolled the dice, took a chance on this with a little bit of luck, could we float this? Oh dear. Roll the dice on this, taking a chance. I don't think much of a chance was taken. A chance would imply a strong decision was made and we had to live with the consequences. So, no. There was really no real roll of the dice. There was really nothing to risk when nothing much was invested. So, I don't quite know where that was coming from. A little bit of someone was afraid to roll the dice. I don't know. But they spent a lot of time in contemplation of you. You see, the idea of you, the beauty of you. Some of you are quite the beauty. You came up Queen of Wands twice. But I still take that to basics in terms of energetic punch. Okay? You know, this is, I wish I had a little bit more luck with you. If things had been different, choices are made. And things could always be different. But that's how this one ended up. Okay? Distance, retreat. I know, you distance yourself from this as you were right to do, as you should have done, as you did do. And for some of you, that was officially last autumn. Okay? Completely finalize the distance from this as upcoming autumn. I really think for most of you, though, since that distance was already in place by the time this reading started, it was officially done during the time of fall. Last year, the year before, I don't know. Okay, and forming a structure and a solid foundation for you, and that should be your concentration. Okay. Yeah, I understand it's a strong connection, honey. I do, but again, choices are choices. Ace of Cups is in reverse. You no longer offer your heart towards this, or your cup is no longer available to it, or you ran out of love for it, or you fell out of love. Okay? I could also interpret that as their heart wasn't completely open towards it, which technically would be true. There was already someone else taking space in it. Okay, we have the letter Z, the medallion of Aquarius. Some of you might have some very strong Aquarius in your chart, could be connecting to. We have the owl, once more, sign and symbol of Aquarius, but very strong sense of intelligence, having open eyes, seeing things for what they are. And then we have the mask in reverse, taking the mask off, calling out the bullshit, you know. Okay, Gemini, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on, please, for Libra and their person? Show me Libra and their person. Show me Libra and their person. Very good. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. But as I explained in the intro, reverse the energies as you see fit. What's going on, please, for Libra? The sun. Here comes the sun. 6 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords. Okay. Temperance. Devil. 8 of Swords. Well, no wonder. Okay. Well, if I were you, I wouldn't press the subject. We'll get back to that. The Hanged Man, the Ace of Swords, and the King of Swords. With time brings clarity, I agree. Overview, King of Wands. Yeah, I want you to continue to maintain that. Well, I feel good about me. I have optimism. I have hope, right? I have a sense of direction and creativity and passion and drive and focus. And I want to believe that the best is yet to come, that it is possible to balance with myself and someone else in a particularly difficult situation. You're saying you don't know. And a little bit of uncertainty for you. This is a little bit normal for Libra. Yeah, but the bigger part of you knows fundamentally that you believe things will be okay. You're showing me optimism in the face of uncertainty. Do you absolutely know, Two of Swords? No. Do you hope for a good balance with somebody? Yeah. But you also admit you don't know. You're right, you don't know. Because it does take two to balance in this situation. I don't know this is necessarily romantic. It's coming across as a give and take principle that you have between yourself and someone else, and that could be anything. A Six of Pentacles is anything where you agree to participate or partake. I'm sorry, I'm getting tired and my tongue is starting to lock. For those of you who don't know, I have a stutter sometimes / lisp. But yeah, it's like I said, you're not trying to take it for granted that all will be well, but you generally feel it will be. You just don't know. But yeah, you would like it to be. So a Six of Pentacles is a back and forth you can have with anybody under any particular reason where you have a contractual back and forth. I give to this, so do you. I take from this, so do you. Six of Pentacles is pretty open-ended. It could be work. It could be an acquaintance you share with somebody, a dynamic you have in terms of a family member. I don't know. It could be romantic, yes. It's up to you. Over here, Temperance, Devil, Eight of Swords. Oh boy. Well, I think it's best you kind of keep your space from this for a minute. There's a reason why you don't know. Again, you're showing me you're leaning towards optimism and a balance. It's going to work out. Okay. And from your point of view and from your energetic position and experience, more often than not, things tend to. That's cool. Honey, I don't know what this is doing. I don't know what it has to do with you, but they're working through something and they need to do it on their terms, on their time. I'm not saying you're interfering. I don't think you are. But if this person's not in your immediate proximity, if they're not making their actions or intentions known about whether or not they can balance with you, leave them alone. It's really not for you to interfere. They're going through something here that's massive healing and they need it and it's overdue. It's so overdue they don't even know how overdue it is. Eight of Swords, Devil. That's a chronic procrastinator. Someone who puts things off or tends to put things off indefinitely because it's easier to than to actually work through it. Sit there and work through something that's problematic. So this is that person that gets so overwhelmed with a concept that they don't know where to start and they often shut down. That is their particular devil pattern. That they, again, devil does not mean someone's bad. That means more often than not, that's the shadow that's attached to us that we all have. That's why I say we all have a devil. We all have a shadow. Yeah, you have a shadow. Everybody has a shadow. More often than not, they appear as patterns, the things that hold us back. And how big that devil gets or how strong it gets depends on how much we feed it or, frankly, neglect it. And this person's really unaware of their procrastination, shut it off, think the worst of everything, worst case scenario person, so they just kind of tune out and shut down. And they need to work through that temperance. So don't expect immediate results. Okay? Do you hope things will even out between you and this person and however it is you two contribute to Six of Pentacles? Absolutely. Is it for you to press the point? No. 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 In fact, if anything, that will make this person aware again of, yeah, I get it. You're checking in on me again and I still don't have what you're looking for. I still don't have an answer for you. I said it, great. And then it can start the process all over again. So it's best not to poke. It's best not to prod, right? I would just kind of keep on with the energy. I hope things work out. And if they don't, okay, then it's not meant to or ready to. The Hanged Man, Ace of Swords, King of Swords. Whatever this is, this perspective, you are familiar with it in some way. Some of you have concluded this in your own right. It's best that they understand what their truth is for them, because I know mine. You've given this a lot of perspective. Ace of Swords, King of Swords. You know what it's like to be so locked up in fears of the mind and worst case scenarios that you don't deliver. You just don't deliver on whatever it is that's expected of you. You know what it's like, you're saying. And so you seem to know it's not your point to press. They themselves need to understand what their truth is, Ace of Swords, so they can deliver it with confidence, and the King of Swords too. You seem to understand this, so I don't see you poking and prodding them, but just in case. Okay, just in case. I want you to continue to feel good with your energy and understand that for whatever reason, this person needs space and they got to figure things out in their own time. Okay? I have no idea what this dynamic is to you, but you do. With the Hanged Man, Ace of Swords, King of Swords, you've already given this a lot of thought. And it's like, it's on the truth. You know what? If they figure some things out for themselves, or they start to understand the truth about a situation or circumstance, great, but they need to discover it in their own space and in their own time. I completely agree with you. You've made this decision. That would kind of explain your hands-off attitude, and you just generally hope things will work out. That makes a lot of sense. But for those of you who are like, I'm starting to get impatient, I need them to complete their side of the Six of Pentacles. Temperance and the Devil and the Eight of Swords suggest a cleanup job. That's going to take time. But it's not your time. Okay? I'm not telling you to wait. Those are the things you can do in the meantime, you know? I'm just saying they got to figure that out for themselves. They need bare minimum the spiritual mental space, okay? Let's get some advice, please. That was pretty straightforward. What I like about yours, the Hanged Man, Ace of Swords, King of Swords, this is a subject you're familiar with. You say you know. You've thought about it from their point of view, and that you've been through something like this yourself. And you know what it's like when someone's bothering you for an answer you're not prepared to give, because then it's not a good representation of you, you know? But they are working through it to their credit. And you're showing a hands-off attitude, but a positive hands-off attitude. All right. The Lovers, the Nine of Swords, the Knight of Wands. Yeah. It is a strong connection, and you worry about it. You worry about it. You might have a lot of fire in you. You worry about this person a great deal. You hope they're okay, and your energy rises towards them positively. It does. The Lovers is here, so it might be an intimate connection. I don't know. You showed me. I just hope things work out. After that, I couldn't say. But we worry about them. But nonetheless, your energy rises towards them positively. You hope they're okay. You do. All right? You do. It's different, but they got a lot of backtracking to do, honey, before they can get into that space of wanting to balance with you. Never mind wanting to balance with you positively, because they understand that that's right for them. They have to understand for themselves that's right for them. Otherwise, if they balance with you, it may not be positive. It might be for all the wrong reasons, or still a poor influence on you. So let's let that one continue to simmer, continue to brew, right? You know, I don't know about you, but my pot roast, 8 hours. Not 8 minutes, 8 hours. You know? I take my roast very seriously. I know you want well for this. I know you do, and I know you worry about it. Queen of Cups, the Three of Swords, and the Empress. Yeah, there's pain. Gosh, you're showing me such a strong sense of self on this one. You're aware of the pain. You wish you could help ease it, but it's not your place. You say you know better. You have nothing but high regard for this person. You love them. Your energy rises towards them positively. Yes, you worry about them. But you also understand, or seem to understand, it's their journey. But you're also highly empathetic towards their pain. Because you've been through it. You said you've had to run the gauntlet on difficult shit too. You know what it's like. But you're saying that's for them to figure out and discover. And when they do, I welcome them at the table. I don't know if I'll ever be able to, Two of Swords, to welcome them to the table. But you'd like to. With love. About who they are and what they're going through. You say you get it. And I'm happy that you get it. I know what they're going through. You're saying it. I've been through that deflection before. I've been through that mental and emotional torture before. I've been through that spiritual torture before. And that's why they have to do it on their own. Otherwise, it won't balance correctly. Very good. I'm glad you figured that out. Truth and expression. If they have a truth, it's on them to express it. But they have to do it of their own free will. I completely agree. If it's a pressured truth, then it won't be honest. Right? Because someone's going to feel obligated to give you something they're not prepared to give, and it will still come out wrong and fragmented and part of the shadow. So an incomplete truth or an incomprehensible one. Someone has to be able to know their truth and express it of their own free will. You know? Action, change, and there lies an opportunity there for a new beginning if we embrace the truth. For some of you, by the way, Libra is your Jupiter placement. Perhaps it is theirs. I do not know. but it's there. Okay. Number 18, looking glass. Okay. Simply confirmation for some of you that you have a child, or children is involved, with that sense of childlike dependency, sweetness, openness, vulnerability. With the question, okay, with the looking glass next to it, we wonder, and we deeply wonder, if this person will ever be able to be open and vulnerable. To trust, you know. Looking at it, looking at this closely, we can't help but wonder if this is a childhood wound issue. But the ability to just be open and vulnerable like a child. We've seen this for ourselves, the evidence of it. It has to be discovered from the self. Okay. Okay. 18 and 44. Message of concern. Number 14. The message of concern. Some of you have received concerning messages. Or you don't know what to make of it. It's like trying to decipher code. And whatever it is you concluded, it's not enough to work with here. There needs to be more truth in there. You seem to understand and recognize that. But that it's not your place to push and pull for it. All right? All right. I agree. At night, on a rainy day. Not much indications of time there, but for some of you, at night, at a rainy day. Okay. Yeah, this is one of those, until I have more to work with, specifically until you have more to work with, the energies need to do what they need to do. Churn, move, create, generate more activity, thought, something. Okay? Not enough here. E-U-R. We have two medallions, both Leo. Both in the reverse. The keyword, what? Generous. Are you heavily associated with generosity? Time, energy, effort, love, care. Being very generous. Would this person describe you as being generous? Would you describe them as being generous? I see them as being very withholding with their true thoughts and feelings, but they're not in a place to actually fully discover them yet, never mind express them. But I did see a wealth of generosity towards this person. Emotional spirit, loving spirit, empowerment, protective even a little bit towards this. And that'd be a very generous will or a generous sense of love towards this person. But you also know they need the space. I have to leave them alone until they're ready to talk. Or they have something to say, but they need to know it. I agree. But generally speaking, you hope it balances one day. But you also admit it may not. Anyway, you might have some very strong Leo in your chart. Rising, of course. And then, yeah, North Node, I would say. Okay. And then we have the infinity loop. It's a soul bond thing. And we're also invested here on getting back what we put into this. So there's this sense of, if you put goodness into this, you would hope to get goodness back from it. You know, what is the right thing, particularly if we are soul bonded to somebody. Yeah, sometimes we must take separate journeys on this soul bond thing, the infinity loop. Okay, Libra, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on, please, for Taurus and their person? Show me Taurus and their person. Show me Taurus and their person, please. Right. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, yeah? But as I explained in the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. What's going on for Taurus? Eight of Swords. Not a fan. The Moon. Queen of Swords. Well, you're trying to work through it. That's a bit of a struggle, honey. That's a lot of noise in there. Okay. The Ace of Swords, Page of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. I mean, it's not a competition, but they know their truth. You're still trying to find yours. Okay. All right. Two of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. Okay. Overviews, the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, you're working on stuff. You're working through it. You're working through something, and I believe you're working on this with somebody else. Hopefully, you have someone here helping you with this, and it looks like you are, because it's a lot of mental activity, and I want you to work through it. I really do. So the Three of Pentacles, it's almost like you're treating this like a project. I'm going to work through this, and hopefully, you're not keeping it to yourself, because you've already done that and it didn't work so much, and I get that. You can only keep so much to yourself. So hopefully I see you roping in a friend, a consultant, a consigliere, something to help you with the process. Because even I was like, that's a lot. Eight of Swords, the Moon. Man, you've been keeping some thoughts to yourself. And not only that, we've been delaying it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. And as we all know, that works for so long, right? It works for a while, but it's like Band-Aid over a bullet hole. Eventually, it's just, no. And then we get infections. We don't want to make things worse. We don't want to make things worse. So you are working specifically on your thoughts. And it doesn't have your attention all day, every day. Three of Pentacles suggests so much activity there. But it's good. It's a building block structure. You got to start somewhere, right? And Eight of Swords and the Moon and the Queen of Swords. There we have it right there towards the end. Ownership of thinking. Okay, I'm going to wrangle in these thoughts. It's chaotic in there. It's a bit of a mess. I don't blame you. Got something on your mind. Long story short. But you've been pushing it off so long. Parts of it are secret to you at this point. And so now you're having to double back. And this is the interest I tell people about. What it is we don't deal with now, we're going to have to deal with it later. Plus. And now you're working through the plus. So that means backtracking a little bit to untangle your thoughts. That's a lot. And this is the price we pay for keeping things away from ourselves, secrets, I don't want to do it, etc. So you're working through it now. That's the good news, Queen of Swords. And the King, Queen of Swords are best for a job like this because they take that stuff seriously. It's like, okay, so thoughts, okay, come on. Let's clear this shit up. I'm sick of this. Like, that's what they do. They dismantle information and they do it well. They represent the height of the learning process. Okay, I'm a student. I wasn't a willing student before, but I am now. So now you got your highlighters out and you're taking notes. Okay. So I don't know who's helping you sort your thoughts, but it's good. It's happening. Activity's happening. You're working through it. Over here, this person knows their truth. They immediately opened up with that. So I don't know if this is your helper or if this is someone outside of this process, okay? But I have someone here next to you who knows their thoughts. They're crystal clear, Ace of Swords. They're like, I have a particular truth. They own it. They're in full possession of it. No hesitation there. It's like, I know my mind and I know my absolute truth. Page of Wands, a willingness in spirit to kind of open up towards you, interest, curiosity, or just a friendly sort of hello, okay? And the Queen of Cups. So this person has a very full heart, a very soft heart, at least when it comes towards you, and they are once more in possession of what they feel. King, Queen of Cups, that's what they do, okay? They are in possession of their feelings no matter what shape they take, and they don't take them back. It's like, I feel this way, full stop. And it's a soft heart that reflects upon you as well as their mind. So this person also has intelligence as well as intuition, okay? So I'm not saying they're perfect. What I'm saying is whoever this is, okay, that's attached to you, bare minimum, mentally and emotionally, reflects well on you. They do. They have a strong truth when it comes to you. That's clear. And their feelings towards you are pretty firm as well. They know their heart, they know their mind towards you, so that's not a bad thing, okay? Two of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. Both in your respective ways, the willingness to make decisions, Two of Wands, stay in the present, communicate, and invest in emotional harmony is actually there on both sides. Yeah, and this is shared. Page of Pentacles, we got some pages in here which suggest the process hasn't really started, but it could do. Again, it would be an active choice between these two people. Two of Wands suggests active decision-making that is based in the present. The willingness to communicate, invest in something, and then perhaps you two find a way in each other's good books again, the Ten of Cups. So this is the emotional harmony principle. This is where I know my place in your life, and you know your place in my life, and we feel good about that. Okay, so Ten of Cups tends to be, we're part of, in each, bare minimum, we're in each other's inner circle. Okay, when we look out upon the world, we know of that person's place, and we're glad for it. We feel supported by it. Okay, so it would have to be a decision then for you two to harmonize and find a place in each other's lives that feels good to you both. Okay, but it's going to require more than pages. But in the meantime, you have stuff that you're working through. You just don't look available. Okay, not to this and not to this yet. But I do see you working through something. I'm sorting my thoughts. I put them off. That's my bad. I'll figure it out now. I want points. You got points. Okay, you're getting gold stars. You are. Let's get some advice for you. Let's get some advice, please. Oh, goodness. My breathing got heavier. Probably going to have to get the inhaler here in a second. Oh, but it's lovely. It makes for great atmosphere where I'm at right now. Oh, there's mist, and it's very intriguing, and it's just like a soft glow on the world, and it's, oh, yeah. But also, for me, atmosphere sometimes means asthma, which again, mine is allergen based. It's not full on asthma, thank goodness. I have nothing but sympathy for those folks who have to live with it all day, every day. But mine is allergen induced, and when the air is this heavy, but it's beautiful though. Oh, that kind of soft glow, misty, high precipitation. Everything looks extra mysterious. Ooh. It's like something out of a Stephen King book, which I think is interesting because I'm a huge fan, right? People are like, I know. I suppose that depends on one's point of view. I like moody weather. The Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, Death. Alrighty, Roo. What's up with that? Four of Pentacles. Okay, but we've held on. The Hanged Man. Okay, what does that mean then? What do you want? Okay, fair. Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, Death. I'm like, okay, well, whatever this is represents a not new love opportunity. It doesn't look like it has the opportunity to be resurrected in that way. Okay, it's not going to be an opportunity for new love, new passion, or specifically the hope of new love. Okay, it's been transformed, but that doesn't seem to be on the table anymore. No pun intended, and that's okay. Not everything is meant to be that way or go in that direction. Okay, that opportunity is just not there anymore, guys. You would know best as to why, but it doesn't run in that vein anymore. However, we've been giving a great deal of perspective about why we've held on. So you have been thinking about that. That's what's been on your mind and in your moon. Why have I been holding on then? I know it's not available to me. I know it's not an option. I know the offer's not on the table anymore. Why am I holding on to this? Excellent question. And that can be just the right question that allows us to do some deep diving into that moon. I know it's not an option. I know it's been withdrawn. I know it's not available anymore. Why the hell am I holding on to it then? That's exactly what prompts this kind of work. I was wondering. Because if you didn't have any motivation to go in there and look at that junk, why would you? Right? That's why people accumulate such high interest. Because there's something here you want to work through. You want to make use of this. Why am I holding on to it then? I know it's not accessible. I know it's not available. I know it's not an option. So why hold on to it? Well, Three of Swords, Six of Wands, Six of Pentacles. You'd like to feel better about it. In some way. In some way, frankly, you'd like to feel better about it as a potential balance in some way, which again, I had an idea of that over here. What does that mean to be part of someone's life in their inner circle, the Ten of Cups? Okay? If it's not via that route, and they're not family, right? And it doesn't look like friendship to me. What does that mean to be in each other's lives? Okay? In a supportive way. What does that mean to feel good about a balance then? That's what you two have to figure out. And that's if you go through the work and you understand you still want this on the other side of that work. And that's if they still have a truth towards you where they could open their heart towards you in some way. But that's up for discussion, it seems, for another day at another time. All right? You have to know that you want to get there first. And you might go through the work and discover, no, actually, I don't want that person in my inner circle. It's okay. I've done the work. I don't need it. You might find, actually, yeah, I do. And that's why I've held on to it. I don't know. Kind of depends on what you get from the work, which is true for all things in life. We get back what we put into it. That includes, above all, the relationship we have with ourselves. So the more inner work you do, the more you know about your outer world. Okay? Spiritual awakening. That's absolutely where some of you are. FYI, for some of you. Well, of course, Taurus is ruled by Venus, but some of you, Taurus might be your Venus placement, FYI. But there is a spiritual awakening you since someone offered their form of Venus, if you will. So that is their intimacy, love, sexuality, or a combination of the two. So there's been a spiritual awakening in that department. What does that mean to love? What does that mean to have intimacy? And we are working through that. And what did it teach you? How did it impact you? Okay? All that good stuff. Meaningful coincidences, Carl Jung would say. No? That being, after so many coincidences, it's a little bit more than a coincidence. It's a little bit more meaningful at some point. So there is stuff that you are seeing now and experiencing now. It's like that, what? I was just thinking about that, or I just saw that, or I heard that person's name how many times now? That stuff starts to add up. It's kind of like saying, work on it, work on it, work on it. Dear universe, thank you so much for poking me repeatedly. I know, so fun. Okay. But you're working through it. Number 20, the hot house. There's something there, very feminine energy, strong display of love and intimacy, something that was uniquely grown, though, in the hot house. You know, it's a grand display here. We have the peacocks, and we have the Art Deco statues, and we have the doves, and we have just so much sense of exotic eroticism display, and only anybody can witness it. Very few can actually participate in it. So there is a sense in you that the rareness of the thing that you're seeing or viewing and how it has impacted you. You know, there's a difference between being the viewer and the person who cultivated it, growing it. You know, people often look at that and wish they could have it. Very few can. So there is a sense of rarity here, an awakening, and something bloomed in you in an unusual way, in an exotic way, but it was very impactful to you in terms of your emotionality, your sexuality, and your spirituality is in here as well. It's a rare bloom, honey. So whatever this is, it couldn't have grown under any other unique conditions than it did. It is beautiful, it is exotic, and it's even partly erotic. And what did you learn from that? What did you take from that? How has that affected you? And has it really? You know, there's so much there to learn from it. And does it still have meaning to you? I just noticed that at the bottom, they said, look down, 15, the lovers. Okay. Yeah. Well, you know, if a good one's not sparking stuff like that, then what's the bloody point, you know? Okay. For those of you who feel like totally bummed out, look. Is the opportunity off the table for now? Yeah, most likely tomorrow too. Most likely the week, months, seasons. Will it be like that forever? Time will tell. Once more, it largely depends on what work you want to put into this and therefore see what you want to see on the other side of it. It's either something you can claim in that direction or you can't. So it may not be something you can claim now. I'm not trying to bum you out, guys. I read what's here, not what isn't. Okay? But what's not available to you today may not always be the case in the future. I mean, that's half the fucking reason people watch tarot. You know? Again, you tend to get back what you put in. All I know is that their mind very strongly reflects towards you in a truth that they are familiar with. Their heart does the same. Okay, so it can't be all that bad. And how it takes shape yesterday is not going to be the same as how it takes shape tomorrow. I just know where it's at today. All right? And again, it depends on how you two, and if you two choose, because that's choice on both sides, how you see yourselves in each other's lives. And you take it from there. Or don't. Okay. Within 5 years for some of you, whenever that 5 years begins or ends, I don't know. But whatever 5 years, perhaps you've known this for 5 years. No shit, they just showed me your season. Well, okay. For some of you, this upcoming May represents some sort of 5-year marker, perhaps, in knowing this person. There might have been a point of significant impact 5 years ago. I don't know, but the emphasis here being on May or 5. Okay. At noon, if that helps you. As to what, I don't know. When you feel more comfortable coming out of this exercise, maybe there'll be more sense of certainty about how you would like to move forward in this or not by May. I don't know. I really don't. So many. We have the letters F, J, W, K. We have the medallion of Cancer. It's in the reverse. The key word here being imaginative. One of you has a very strong imagination. The book of wisdom. Someone's very, very smart. And with the key word here being imaginative, creative, bare minimum to say the least. We have the Pegasus in the upright. The ability to take off and choose for oneself. To rise high into the sky. The lotus flower, confirmation of Scorpio for some of you. And then the lotus representing once more that sense of beautiful symmetry. The exotic, because it's rare, that we see here once more with the hothouse flower. So a very strong sense of beauty, natural beauty, something unfolding but taking careful cultivation, It's just, God, that's gorgeous. Flower, flower, flower. Beauty, luxury, indulgence, but also careful cultivation. Rare, rare, rare. Gorgeous. Ten of Pentacles, the Tree of Life, something you're familiar with. Yeah, you two are rooted. I'm sure you go way back. I mean, that could be the indication of when you two last connected or first connected is 5 years ago. I can see that. You must share common ground. You must do. But yeah, no, you both have a strong appreciation for the root system, or you do. Legacy, Tree of Life, all that good stuff. Inheritance, what we pass on to future generations, the stuff that Taurus is known for. This is obviously an important point for you. Okay, Taurus, honey, I don't know that I'll necessarily see more of this on your next check-in. Would I like to see progress? Yeah. Can I make you do your moon dive any faster? No, that's entirely up to you, honey. You know? That's entirely up to you. And when you have a better understanding of what it is you want to learn from this situation, and therefore how you might or may not see yourself in it, eventually communication will take place or it won't. Okay? I do hope this helped you nonetheless. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on for Virgo? Show me Virgo, please. Let's do one more. Show me Virgo in their person, please. Show me Virgo. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. As I explained in that intro, reverse the energies as you see fit. What's going on for Virgo? King of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the King of Wands. The King of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Wands. Okay. So you got three energies in here. I already got three. Not just because of the kings represented. That's not. I can consolidate energies. If one person has a couple of kings or queens inside them, that happens all the time. That's normal. Here I'm seeing three. The Fool, the Seven of Wands, the Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Right now, you're concerned about balancing with somebody. I don't know who they are to you. but they are immediately within your frame of mind. This is a working balance. Six of Pentacles. You're showing me concentration or concentrated effort between yourself and someone else to work things out, work things out, work things out. And we seem to have the highest intentions to do so between these two folks. I got a King of Cups and a King of Wands. So we're between those two. Someone has a great deal of fire and ambition. And the other person kind of has a big heart. And there's some stress in there between these two characters. And this could be a working contract there with the Six of Pentacles. And you both have the highest intentions of meeting your side of the contract. But there is stress in there. Then I got someone else over here altogether that represents something else. King of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Wands. They're saying it was... this sucks. I have to do such a rough summary. It was impossible to invest then. It's an impossible to invest now, or they find it too hard to invest and show up and contribute in some way. It's unfortunate because they reflect on it. I wish I had invested. I wish I had invested. I wish I had invested. I wish I had contributed time, energy, and effort, if not money. Making an appearance, being a partner, showing up. Because I got two people over here working things out. I was not at all surprised to see that Six of Pentacles. Trust me, I know when one person has a lot of elements in them that they are in full command of. And that's just one. This is two people. I just know that because that's what I do. That's part of my job. I got you hammering things out. And it looks contractual. This could be a business thing. This could be a point of focus between you and someone. You're knocking stuff out. Love it. Love that attitude, right? We're going to overcome these worries. I got the best of me going. You got the best of you going. And between the two of us, we're going to get it figured out. We're going to get it done. I love that energy, right? Strong sense of cooperation, colleague, partnership. And then I got someone over here, a third person, is like, I wish I had been a partner, but I was busy. I'm always busy. I should have stopped and made the time, though, because then I could be hanging out with you guys doing this shit. You see what I'm saying? This person always has the excuses. This is why I didn't invest. This is why I didn't step up when I was asked to step up. And I was just busy. I'm always busy. And I'm still busy. But now I wish I had actually made the time because you guys are knocking it out and killing things over there. And I want to be included, but I can't be because, aw, shucks, I'm still busy. And so this is where I want to tell people all the time with the Ten of Wands. Yeah, Ten of Wands is normal, especially when we're talking about career stuff. This is so normal. It's like you have to have a Ten of Wands, then it needs to be the Ten of Wands if you're choosing, which is why I always encourage people to go towards careers because you know what? It's the career of your choice. So that means there's going to be that 10%, that 20%, that 30% that is just bullshit. Like for me, my Ten of Wands is admin work. I hate it. It's like washing the dishes or wiping the windows. It is so mind-numbingly tedious when I could be doing 5,000 other things that were creative and interesting. But no, someone's got to do the bullshit admin work, okay? I don't like it. It's a big chunk of any job I've ever had in career, but it's still got to get done regardless of how I feel about it. The dishes still have to be washed. The windows still have to be wiped. And someone's still got to do the bullshit admin work. Now, this person, okay, has experience attached to them, but not a lot of discernment about what was worth investing in to make the frustration and the bullshit worthwhile. Big difference between someone who just kind of accumulates work and experience and finances, regardless if they're happy, versus someone who goes out of their way to become experienced in a particular skill set. And then that's what makes all the extra boringness and the added on bullshit and the extra fluff worth it. This person has no sense of discernment. It's like I just put myself into things and I hope they pay out. And therefore we can accumulate a lot of burden over a long period of time and are not necessarily happy or any richer for it. And if rich are not in wealth, then rich are in spirit. So that's what I'm getting from that third one. Sorry, I had to give you an example so I could get out of the vague box and into reality for folks. And that's why you know if it's yours or not. So congratulations to you and this person. You guys are knocking stuff out. You're bringing the worries down. And between your two experiences, you actually get a lot accomplished. This third person's like, I wish I could get on that, but I still don't have any time. Well, wish in one hand and you know what and the other and see which one gets filled first. The Fool, I'm sorry, it's just, why don't you understand a good opportunity when you say, why? Why? That's what happens when the King, Queen of Pentacles don't know how to discern investments. They all see the same. So which one imposes the least risk, but also the highest amount of work? Yeah, or drudgery. And then therefore begrudgery. All right, the Fool, 7-1, 6 of Cups. Man, this person from a personal space really wishes they could just take off and join you and do what it is you're doing, wishing they had supported you more, invested more in the ground floor, ground up, whatever you want to do. I want to be part of that, but they're not. It's self-imposed. The Fool, 7 of Wands. Somebody's blocking their own efforts. And here's what kicks me. This is the kick in the pants, bro. Says, this person, you and them go way back. 6 of Cups. They should have known then to invest in this. They should have known to invest in you. Or your connection. Because you two go way back. 6 of Cups suggests familiarity with this person in a way that this other person doesn't, but they probably have a certain level of expertise or at least the willingness to put themselves into it. The 6 of Cups, man, ain't that a kick in the pants? And you, for yourself, you don't have time to take off to join that connection, 6 of Cups, because you're over here doing your thing. Okay? You can't help them out with their endeavors and make their workload any easier because you're over here doing the thing that you enjoy. And someone meets you and helps. It's self-imposed. Right now, whatever this soul bond is, I don't know, guys. It could be a cousin. It could be someone you just go way back with, and they know you're doing your thing, and you're doing it well. You're doing it with someone else. I'm like, I wish I had stepped into that. Anyway, I don't know. You go way back with this person. You two have shared many memories, shared many a cup. They know what it is you're doing and how important it is to you, and you're doing it well. You're taking care of business over here. You know, it's like I should have supported you when I had the chance. Should have gotten in on that when I had the chance. People who accumulate experience just to say they had it, or they hope it's a potential lottery ticket. It never really pays. They just rack up a lot of burdens. This doesn't mean that you're working smarter, but you're probably working harder, you know? Whatever this is that you're not available to this connection, at least not at this time. They're still insisting that they're so busy or things are too hard for them to do anything else or different. Okay. Cool. Let's get some advice, please. 4 of Pentacles, and nevertheless we hold on. And we don't contribute simultaneously. 10 of Swords. Yay. 7 of Wands. You had to block this person, didn't you? See, it's like I want to join the party, but I don't want to actually be fun. I want to be a part of the project. I want my name attached to it, but I don't actually want to have to do any work. I just want credit for having been there. What the fuck is that attitude? No. You don't get your name on the playbill, honey, unless you were in the damn play. Sorry, I have a background in theater. And it's like, I want my name on the playbill. Did you participate in the play? Were you an actor? Were you a director? Did you do sound, lighting, costume? No, but you want your name attached to it because it's successful. Am I right? Am I hearing that right? You want credit? And you did what again? Were you a stagehand? I don't... No, you had to block it, honey. This is like, I want to be included, but don't expect anything from me. I'm too weighed down. I got too much going on, but please include me. No. It's like being in a relationship when somebody's asking for something. Put it in this context, in relationship context. I want your love, but I don't actually want to have to do anything to earn it. Just let me have it for no reason at all. I just want to expect it from you. It makes me feel good. I don't actually want to do anything to earn it, though. But you go ahead. You give me. Oh, man, that would be so great. It would be just the thing I needed. What the fuck? You know what? 4 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, 7 of Wands. Yeah, you didn't have anything to contribute. Time, energy, and effort. You get what you get. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Like, that's what you tell a kid. You get what you get. You don't throw a fit. If they can't make up their mind, that's what you get. 4 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. I don't have anything to give to this, but please include me. No. No, no, honey, no. What Twilight Zone you living in? No, no. Honey, they caused their own demise. I can't spare you the hours that you need to help you with this. Okay. Okay. You two go way back. They should have known better, honey. They should have known that you were serious. You should have known that those dreams you had, etc. I know they were soulmate. That doesn't mean that they get to walk all over you. No. A soulmate. You had a very strong idea about this person now. For some of you in the Northern Hemisphere, we're in the winter season. It's like we're... Oh, for some of you, FYI, new love coming up this season. But as it comes to soul, I'm sorry, I'm not even interested in that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But we had that, you know, they might be learning some things now in the winter season, but you've already arrived to this conclusion yourself. You excluded them from your activities. It's like, no, you can't join the reindeer games, honey. You're not a participant and you don't pull the sleigh. You don't help pull the sleigh. So no, you don't get to horn in on that. Yeah, for some of you, new love, this person that we are working with might pose that opportunity. I didn't see that. I see them as your equal right now, working side by side. Could it develop or blossom into something special? Sure. You know? At work, it could be developing a case of new work at love, because here we have the contract, career, commitment card. So I'm just saying a little FYI, if you're not trying to find an office romance, that's not to say it's not developing right now as we speak energetically with this person, but you probably won't know more about that energetically speaking until later. That's another reading for another day. As it were, did I just catch the beginnings of something while you two hammer shit out at work? You know, little sneaky glances over the conference table. A little, well, sure, we can go out for coffee and expand upon that idea. I love expanding upon ideas. Especially love expanding upon ideas over coffee. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh, honey. Yeah, there it is again. Big expectations, house, but poverty. Someone works like they're impoverished, but they have a big lifestyle or house to maintain, something like that. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference between work and a career. A career suggests focus of skill, and that you take your burdens on. You're not just trying to incorporate everything, hoping everything pays out, because that's a great way to create burnout for yourself and not have much to show for it at the end of the day. A lot better discernment about what we should have invested in, as is the obligation of the King, Queen of Pentacles. That doesn't mean they're good at it. So yeah, what we might have is a lavish lifestyle, big taste, and a very small income. The bullwhip under the moon, a lot of stuff you probably don't know about. Someone's harsh on themselves secretly about the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. 37, 20, 11, 32. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay. I'm not interested in time checks. If this develops into something more, we will know further down the road. Okay. We have the letters A, N, O, A, two A's. And then we have the Medallion of Taurus in the reverse, the keyword here being the incentivizer. So you might have some very strong Taurus in your chart, could be connecting to it. Then, their season might be important as well. Okay. I don't know why that hit weird. I'm so sorry. I don't know where that came from. I say that this person isn't alone. They're maintaining that house for a reason. Impoverished. Perhaps there's because that's really quite the disparity, isn't it? Between having nothing and having to have a lot to maintain that. I don't know. Someone might be the worker, someone might be a spender in that scenario. It felt weird. Anyway, it just hit me as a last second impression. I hope it helped you, and it's not my business, and it's not yours either. You know, I hope this helped you. You keep on keeping on. You're doing great. You and your colleague / partner / something that's developing. Hey, you just keep working hard. Just see where that goes. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Capricorn. Oh, there you are, darling, right on the split. Hopefully things are not that difficult for you right now. They're like, what's going on? If there's anyone who can handle the Ten of Wands, it'll be you. But that doesn't mean you're making it easy on yourself either. What's going on, please? Show me Capricorn and their person. Show me Capricorn and their person. What's going on? Show me Capricorn and their person, please. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. Yeah, but as I explain the intro, reverse the energies as you see fit. What's going on for Capricorn? The Hanged Man, the Ace of Swords, and the Magician. Cool. Figure out what you want before you ask for it. I completely agree. Nine of Cups, Eight of Cups, and the Page of Swords. We get back to that. All right, Two of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Empress. Yeah. Six of Wands. Yeah, I like that. You're showing me confidence of self, and I take the time to understand me before I act. Ooh, critical point. Excellent. Yeah, in that case, you absolutely have a right to showcase confidence. Six of Wands. Yes, does it go to ego? Absolutely. And like all things in life, there's a good version and a not so good version of that. Today, you're showing me healthy ego. You're like, I have confidence in me because I take the time to figure my shit out. The Hanged Man, Ace of Swords, the Magician. And you're like, before I ask for something, I got to know that I want it. That's what the tarot lady says, and I do that too. Good for you. And I mean that. You're much less likely to screw up your manifestation if you know and you've put good quality thought into what you're asking for. Oh. Do you know? I know this sounds stupid, honey, because you're Capricorn. It's not going to make sense to you, okay? Most of you. But if you do resonate, you understand. Do you know how many people, this is an example, I'm going to ask the universe for purple socks. I've thought about it. Purple socks are me. They're so me. They're so in right. Well, they will be in when I start wearing them. Point is, they're so me, and they're in, or they will be in. I'm going to make them popular. I'm all about purple socks right now. Okay. The universe hands you purple socks. And this is what a lot of people do. I didn't ask for that. It's stupid. Why the hell would I ask? That's not what I wanted. That's not what I really wanted. You would know that. What did you ask for? Right? So a lot of people are like, inside, deep down inside, they're wishing for something, but they don't fully acknowledge it. It's not a fully complete thought. It's not a conceptualized thought. It's not well thought out thought. But they're like, I got it. I know what I want, though. I got it mostly there. And then the universe actually hands it to them. You're like, what the fuck is this? I didn't ask for that. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. And look, here you are rejecting it. Okay. You're like, that's not going to happen to me. I'm very clear about what it is I want because you've thought about it. So I like that and I respect that. What it is you want, you would know because you're still in the process of defining it. Now, don't over-define it. Don't get so specific with it that it's an impossible order to fulfill. Okay? We really need to have a good but solid confirmed idea of what we're asking for. Not too specific, but not so underspecific. It represents an underdeveloped side of us. We need to know what we're asking for. Ownership. Over here, Nine of Cups, Eight of Cups, Page of Swords. This person don't know what the hell they want. I don't know why they're looking at you. Okay. Because here's the thing. This is mixed emotions if I ever saw it. Nine of Cups suggests wish fulfillment. I know it would make me happy. Wish fulfillment on my terms because I love myself. Eight of Cups. Not into you. Contradiction. I don't care if someone's not into you. That's fine. They were open to you until they decided not to be. They have no idea where it's coming from, Page of Swords. So they look at you, they cast an eye upon you, and it's a detached eye. It's not like a full-time thing. It's not malicious. It's just a passive eye. They still desire you from a place of the heart, Nine of Cups, while insisting they're not available. We don't get this kind of energy from someone who knows what they want. Because that's mixed emotion. Part of my being connected to you fulfills something in me. But I can't acknowledge it. So therefore, I'm unavailable. I've decided. Then why are you still looking at me? See what I'm saying? That's mixed emotions. So everything begins with the self. The more this person insists on having that kind of division of emotionality towards you, they themselves remain divided, and thus they're not going to be part of your magician package from someone who knows themselves. Someone who knows themselves would not ask for this. So I don't see you asking for this. No. I see you asking what's right for you. Two of Swords, Four of Swords, the Empress. You said this is something you had to heal yourself from, is confusion. You don't like being confused anymore. Mixed results, mixed signals mean no, always. It creates a weird sort of indifference. I care, but not enough to bother. I feel something, but it's not enough to stir me or make me move or change. So again, they cancel each other out. Two of Swords, Four of Swords, just say that's something you've been working on and healing, and that's why you don't make a move until you know you want to make a move. You don't ask for something unless you know you're ready to ask for it. You don't deliver something unless you know you're ready to deliver it. Yours is very decided energy, but that's based on experience, most likely with this person. It's like, you know what, your indecision, your indecisiveness, you switching back and forth in your emotions. 1 minute you want me, the next minute you don't. You have feeling for me, but then you insist on vacating or not making yourself available. Taught me a lot about what I don't want. And you're saying the Two of Swords, the indecision thing, that's not you. That's not your jam. That's not your wheelhouse. That's not you. That doesn't represent you well at all. You said you've healed yourself so that your days of wishy-washiness and being uncertain are over. The Empress, you're all about empowerment. Like, that's who I am. That's what I'm about. And I agree. The Emperor and Empress, they are decided and tasked with every day making decisions. Otherwise, they are not persons of power. They can't be if they can't make decisions. No one's going to look up to them or respect them. And you won't be able to respect yourself. Everything begins with the self. So if you want respect from others, you got to respect yourself. And that means I make decisions. And I assume the consequences of them. If the consequences suck, I still take ownership of them. Because that's what empowerment is. And if the consequences are awesome, and I got exactly what I was asking for, and worked hard for, then I claim that too. Either way, it's like I got to live life. So it's no wonder you're showing me confidence, and that right now I wouldn't expect anything from this person. The Capricorn I'm looking at says you know that, and that you ought to know that. You learned a lot from them, particularly as it relates to... We can't live on shrugged shoulders and the head tilt, empty hands. I don't know. 1 minute I feel like a Nine of Cups towards you, and next I can't. Okay, thanks for that. You're an excellent example of why I don't do undecided. Some of us actually like to get shit done. So I don't quite know what that is to you. Yeah, they keep an eye on you, and why? I don't know. So, that's, because part of the heart still desires you, at the same time busy denying it. So, Eight of Cups, that's going to be conflict. I don't know how long, that's not your problem. You've told me you've already healed yourself to this kind of thing. You know yourself better now, and that means, by definition, you kind of understand them better, too, and that's just not where you want to be, okay? They're showing you by example who you don't want to be. You want to be the person that when you ask for something, you mean it with confidence. So you take your manifestation with a certain level of discipline, which is what I would expect from Capricorn, okay? All right. Ace of Cups. The Four of Cups. Yeah, there's disappointments in love here. I see that. The Four of Swords. This is what you had to heal from. So this down line on your third line, it really is you in the process you went through already after the fact. Four of Swords, Four of Cups. You had to recover and recover well from... You were in love with this. Let's just call it for what it was. And that's okay. It's not an accusation. Don't take it as one. You felt some sort of strong love or provocation in the theoretical pool that was your Ace of Cups towards this person. is that you had strong feeling for them and you were massively disappointed by it. 4 of Cups. And that's what happens when you get mixed signals. You feel in some way that you please them from the heart, personally. 9 of Cups is personal love and pleasure of the heart, wish fulfillment. But if someone doesn't understand that, it gives them room for self-doubt and deniability. I'm not invested. I'm not invested. I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything. And yet the pleasure was there. The love was there. But if you don't own it like the way you own it, you'll always give yourself permission to not be present and therefore never really fully accept what you feel. You always have room for doubt. You always have room to walk away. You always have wiggle room to be like, no, I don't feel it. 8 of Cups. No, I'm not invested. See, look, I'm so unavailable. It's not even funny. Look how hard I distance myself. And yet they keep an eye on you. Again, it's like 2 + 2. I know, guys. I know. Point is that you did your time in recovery. And once more, they gave you an excellent example of how you're not trying to live life. Okay. Good job on you. May you get, frankly, what you deserve. And I don't mean that, oh, that doesn't sound threatening, but you've done a lot of good work here. You have. And understanding yourself in the situation, it was a push and pull energy right there, guys. All right, in there. 9 of Cups, it was the push and pull. Classic. I couldn't make this shit up if I tried, guys. This is why I do my job. It's the push and pull energy. All right, and then there's the spying watching. Is it malicious? No, it's passive. Page of Swords is always going to be passive. That's the point of the Page of Swords. It's fucking helpless. All they can do is watch. That's it. That does not in any way, literally, does not in any way interfere with your life, nor should it. You're the Empress. You're not going to have time for a Page of Swords and worrying about the Page of Swords and why are they watching me. Get on with your life. They had their chance. They blew it. Okay? Will they always blow it? Well, it depends on how helpless they are. If they insist that there's nothing I can do, and yes, I feel something, but I'm not available, right? So long as they always give themselves a back door to have an exit, they will never fully step into what they feel. Okay? Someone who runs away from their feelings, they're always going to run. A runner runs, always. On the distant horizon, number 3. For some of you, traveling, possibly, seeing the sights, sure. Getting as much distance away from this as possible, and I don't blame you. Further out on the horizon, the privileged lady. Some of you identify as the privileged lady. This is, again, more of the Empress energy in the positive position. Okay, what about it? You're finding your true north, your true star, your dream fulfillment, your wish fulfillment, number 16. It's a little further out on the horizon. You continue to be you. Follow your compass. Eventually you'll have a decision to make. Oh, really? The dual staircase, left and right. Eventually you'll have a decision to make, but continue to follow your compass. You will have a decision to make about whether or not to continue your journey or possibly pick up an old pathway. I don't know. But at some point you will have a decision to go left or right, to open a door, to not open a door. I don't know. Travel's involved. A journey, either an exercise and spiritual practice kind of journey, a love journey, I don't know. Some sort of life pathway, but it's a little further out. When you hit that decision in your life, you'll know because you'll have a choice. Interesting. And summer is in reverse, so before summer for some of you. Mm-hmm. We have the letter T, V. We have the Pegasus, the flight of fancy. Yes, you have the wings, use them. You are free to take action, to move. Okay? Very liberating. And then we have the infinity loop, that sense of soul bond, karma, give and take. What we put out is what we get back. So make sure you put out the good stuff so you can get back the good stuff. And then that includes our deeper soul connections too, you know? All right, Capricorn honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on, please, for Scorpio and their person? Show me Scorpio and their person. Let's see, Scorpio and their person. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, yeah? But as I explain in that intro, reverse the energies as you see fit. What's going on, please, for Scorpio. Six of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, the Lovers. Ew. Tell me about it. You will. No. Knight of Swords, the Tower, and the Page of Swords. What is it with... I'm getting really tired of seeing that. I just feel like that's the third time I've seen somebody shrink. Aries was in a very different context. Very different context. And these other two, though. Yours and who else? It was just Capricorn. Very different context with Aries, but Capricorn... You have Capricorn in your chart, check theirs. Okay, Ace of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. It's very difficult, yeah. Over Two of Swords, and I don't know. You don't know. You don't know. I see you working through something, clearing it up. How much of my time, energy, and effort do I want to put into this strong connection? Because there is one available to you, and you are actually putting yourself into it. It calls to you. It speaks to you. It compels you. And there is a strong sense of individuation there. I see you standing up on your own saying, should I be part of this lover's connection? And you're like, so far, you're like, it functions pretty well. You're saying in the terms of the 3D and the give and take, back and forth balance, you're like, it functions pretty well. You're like, that's cool. It's like, do I want to take it further? That seems to be your big to-do. Two of Swords, you know, you might be at that kind of crossing the threshold where you think about really putting more of yourself into this emotionally or sexually. I don't quite know, because you're kind of back here at the Six of Pentacles. You're like, I can get along with this pretty well. It seems to be flexible, right? I get an easy balance with this, and then I'm starting to feel more. And you are starting to feel more. The Lovers isn't just a coincidence, guys. It pops up for a reason. It's interesting. I think how it was introduced to you is more on the mechanical side. So it could be something to do with your shared environment where you practically connect with this person already. It could be a work environment kind of thing. I don't quite know. Six of Pentacles tends to be quite flexible in nature, but it does show up realistically as being part of the world for which you occupy. Occupy. Oh boy, you know, we're getting tired. We're getting tired when we get little tongue twisters in there. All right. Occupy your 3D world in some way. Because you say you balance with this pretty smoothly. And it's starting to catch your eye a little bit more and more. And drawing you in a little bit more and more. You're like, I could explore this further. Should I? Two of Swords? Someone might have recently started to bring it up about, hey, Scorpio, would you like to spend some more personal time together outside of this context? That might have happened recently. It could be that you are identifying feelings for this now that you've interacted with it enough, and you're like, why does this one feel different than my every other day balances? Because that's just where I just picked you up, right where you are, right about now. It's very live, it's very now, and you want to know, kind of curious, but you're not convinced yet that it can go further or that it can mean more to you. You're right there at the threshold of figuring out if this could be, it feels a little special. It feels a little different. Is it though? Inquiry. And that's where I have you. That's where I've left you. That's it. Over here. I don't know what the hell that is. Knight of Swords, the Tower, Page of Swords. Someone was this close. But they didn't. So close. They're looking at the finish line. They were looking at the finish line. They didn't cross the damn finish line. And by that, whatever the finish line was in terms of action or a question or a thought or communication, the Knight of Swords has any and all of those implications. It was someone who was so close to saying something or doing something, and then they turned around and said no. Tower. And that was self-imposed tower. It's kind of like saying I can't, or I'll say the wrong thing, or this is the wrong action. So in that respect, if that was really true, then it probably was. We don't want someone to come forward who isn't prepared to come forward, or and again, I'm sorry, this, whatever this is not currently interacting with you, to make that clear. This is something that already has your interest and you're currently engaging with it, and you want to know, is feeling a little different to me? Is it feeling a little different to you? Like, it's kind of like that. But this is someone who is kind of like, I meant to come forward and then I fucked it up. Or I think my approach was screwed up or wrong, or my approach was not honest, something like that. either the action or the thought or the communication was incorrect because the Tower's claiming it. It's like, don't do that, stupid. I don't know. And then it goes back down to a Page of Swords just watching you. But I have to agree in this respect, it probably did you a favor. If it can't be honest in its thoughts and its connections toward you, then it probably shouldn't. So let's be glad they, I guess, self-withdrew because they were this close. So I respect that they were very close to their own particular finish line. I'm going to say something, I'm going to do something, but then they backed out because part of them recognized it would be foolish or folly, or they just knew they couldn't be honest. And I say that because once more the sword is here. So here we have once more the dictation of one's actual thoughts and actions, making them happen. And we couldn't make that happen honestly. Maybe they were trying to rush forward with something to say and they realized that was stupid too. I don't know. I'm raising my hand not because I have the answer, but because I want to be recognized as having something to say. I don't necessarily have the answer. You see what I'm saying? It'd be like speaking up just to speak up, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's any more truthful or honest. So if someone's not prepared to deliver their thoughts in a straightforward way or their feelings in a straightforward way, then it's best that they stay there. I agree. But they're still looking at you. Okay. Ace of Cups, Queen of Swords, Ten of Wands. You are seriously, and I mean seriously, considering, it's so like us. You're stopping and you're looking at this logically. You're like, is my heart feeling kind of full these days? Ace of Cups, our master symbol. Queen of Swords. You're like, yeah, I'm feeling a little more inclined to maybe opening up towards love, but you're saying you're finding it very hard. Ten of Wands. Very hard. Okay. So this aside, I don't know what's going on there. I couldn't say it because they didn't make the impact that they were this close to doing. After that, their energy goes back to spying or watching, whatever, keeping an eye on you. But for you personally, when it comes to this, and should I take it further, that's what you want to know. Are you available to take it further? Your heart's feeling a little softer these days. It's feeling a little fuller these days. Like maybe it could break off and flow into 2 cups. Cool. You need to know that because you're saying you're struggling. You're struggling. So if that's the case, that would automatically explain to me why you're thinking about it. 2 of Swords. Should you? Because something about this connection, it's the lovers, baby. It's some sort of lovers connection. And what's weird is that you're actually showing me the reverse of what a lot of people will show me. They will show me the spiritual connection first, the emotional connection first, the intellectual connection first. You're like, the physical part's already in place. I already know I can work with them, whatever that means. I already know I can connect with them and connect with them consistently. So it kind of brings me back to a work environment. But however, you're like, that part, I know they exist in the 3D. We balance really well. I didn't think that was a coincidence. You're right, it wasn't a coincidence. But now you've gotten indications of the other elements, the spiritual connection, the emotional connectivity. I don't think we've gotten to the realm of the sexual yet, which is part of the lovers as well. You're at that point now where you're looking at this mentally and emotionally. It's like, am I ready for that? Am I ready for a new lovers connection? Is my heart ready? Is my mind ready? And that's what you need to ask yourself. Because it seems like you two balance just fine in the real world. That got your attention right away. Is there more? You got to figure out if you are truly open and available to discovery. Some of you are, some of you aren't. Because we don't do well with the 2 of Swords and we don't do well with the 2 of Pentacles. Only your heart will know, and I'm not here to tell you that's not my job. Okay, I read the cards. I don't tell you if your heart's ready. You tell you if your heart's ready. Is it softer these days? Yes. Are you feeling more intuitive these days? Yes. Are you maybe even feeling the whiff of more romantic inclination these days? Yeah. Are you still just as quick and ready to shut something down if you don't want to? So know that we are emotional investors. Be protective of your cup. I have any reason to object to this lover's connection other than the fact that you are already showing me hesitation around it. So that tells me the last time you came out to play was most likely with someone who never could fully communicate their thoughts, actions, or intentions towards you. And they still kind of watch it to this day, and sometimes they think about interceding on your timeline. for no particular reason, maybe just to say hi, and you're thinking about opening up to something new, and you can already kind of feel the stirrings of it. So my point is, you know, if you're so inclined to say a little more yes than no, start with some pages. Like I said, you two already know that you balance well. Emotionally, spiritually, that other stuff, you can start with pages too. A little bit of vulnerability here, a little bit of openness there with the Page of Wands. Okay? And for those of you who know it's a no and you want more confidence in your heart space, then it's a no. Okay? If you want to maintain the balance and keep peace with it, that's good too. But you got to know, that's your call, not the tarot lady. Tarot doesn't dictate shit. Okay? And you still didn't either. Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. You get to decide, honey. Page of Swords. Oh, dear. 5 of Wands. The Sun. You know, sorry. I had a moment where I just had to alleviate that tension. I'm still saying, oh, my goodness. Are they watching you forge some sort of new connections, and that's why they're mad? You 100% miss all the shots you don't take. They didn't take their shot. They had ample reason to, opportunity and thoughts, communications, intentions, actions, something. They got close to that finish line. That tells me they've gotten close to that finish line many times and walked away from it, turned right back around and went back to where they started. Instead of crossing the Rubicon, crossing the threshold. Page of Swords, 5 of Wands, Sun. That person who watches is angry that you're happy. They have the impression that people are competing for your attentions. Well, of course they fucking do. Look at you. God, jealousy. I don't really typically see it this bluntly, but it's there. You know, jealousy is it's largely associated as a negative element, but it's also like anything else as a teaching tool. Why are we jealous? Are they jealous because you're happy? Are they jealous because you're getting the attention, that you have love prospects, because you're moving on, because you're thinking about opening up to someone else in their absence, because they couldn't make themselves stand up and stand forward and put their attention on you full time instead of backing away from it? Where's the jealousy coming from? And then that is a very strong learning tool, but it's also P.S. not your business. So I'm sorry that they're going through, and I don't know why they're showing me this specifically about them when you two clearly aren't even connected anymore, except that they are still attached to you spiritually. They are still attached to you mentally. And they will continue to cast an envy eye upon you so long as they continue to not fulfill in them what they needed to. An incomplete thought or incomplete action. And so long as they continue to try to approach you without the right information, they will continue to feel the same. So if that tower hadn't been there, let's say it was like something like the Sun or Ace of Cups, then that would have had a focus for one's thoughts and directions that were honest or pure. And that would help negate some of the negativity I'm seeing. But until someone can come forward honestly with the full weight of their thoughts, they're always going to be back in this position of a small eye towards you. Why did I see? I want to see more about what to do with here, please, in this situation. The Emperor. Choose empowerment. Whatever is right for you in this context is probably correct. You know yourself best. 6 of Swords, 9 of Swords. If you have to worry about it, if you have to put too much thought into it, then it's best to leave the exploration of the Lovers behind. If you can step into your power and say, you know what, I don't need to worry about how much progress I've made in moving on. I trust me. Then you know to lean into this. Okay? There you go. But if you have to worry about it, then it's probably a no. Okay? You get to choose. Okay? That's how tarot works. I really don't tell you. You tell me. But I have to agree. It might feel like you want to open up towards this, but if your mind keeps telling you to pull back, then you're probably not wanting to connect to it much deeper. Okay? We have the pathway, 35. Some of you are trying to seek your new path. Get comfortable with it. Make sure it's the right one for you. Okay, 37, the cuckoo clock's in reverse. Somebody ran out of time. I very rarely say things like it's too late. But somebody here missed their shot, they missed their window, they missed their time frame. They had a lot of time. They had a lot of time until they didn't. They had all the time until they didn't have the time. You know, you fuck around with time, you find out. You find out, and you find out the hard way about how much time you had until you didn't. The gears don't work in their favor anymore. The thing about the cuckoo clock, guys, is that people fail to understand how intricate it is. It is extremely intricate. The gears were working in our favor. We had communication. We had chimes of the hour until we didn't. Nothing chimes anymore. Nothing communicates with us anymore. And the gears, time's not on our side anymore. Okay? 35. 37, 21, and that's one of somebody's biggest challenge here. Never understanding their time frame when it's their time. It's your time when you know it's your time. I was say, you fuck around with time, you're going to find out. You play down that clock, it plays you, honey. It plays you. All right, that's enough of that. We have the letters R, Q, we have the medallion of Capricorn. Some of you have some very strong Capricorn in your chart. Like I said, check your Capricorn placement. I'm not saying it's the exact same, but there is a vibe. Okay. And the season might be important to you as well. We also have the crescent moon. Some of you abide by the moon and the patterns of the moon, and understanding that this too shall pass. All things phase out like the moon does. And then we have the cat in the upright. Yeah, listening to our intuition, of course. Absolutely. Scorpio, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Pisces and their person, please. Show me Pisces and their person. Show me Pisces and their person. I just got hit with a craving for turkey chili. That sounds just about right. Yeah. What's up? What's going on for Pisces and their person? It probably doesn't include turkey chili. That was me talking out loud. Not intended as confirmation for any of you. But if for some of you it was, you let me know. Like, ooh, with the big eyes in the comments. That would be pretty neat. All right, what's up? What's going on for Pisces, please? What's up? Your birthday season's coming up soon. Yeah. 6 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, because you said so. Ooh, because you said so. Indeed. Because you said so. Okay. 7 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the 10 of Wands. Okay, so shall it be. Okay. Ace of Cups, Page of Swords, and the 7 of Wands. Getting really tired of saying that, but in this context, it actually makes a lot more sense. It's all about context, guys, and surrounding cards. Yeah, I knew it. You're lining yourself up for aces, and I had a firm stamp from you by your season. Some of you have used your upcoming birth season, or perhaps Pisces is a minor placement for you, and you said in the next month or so is your marker, because I had that strong sense of a timeline attached to you here. Ace of Pentacles, some of you are like, I'm looking at a brand new beginning for myself, or that's the idea. Many of you want to pursue new opportunities, career-wise, or goals, and it requires a transition that you are willing to make and someone else here is not so willing to make. Choices are being made as we speak. I'm not here to dictate anything. Okay, there's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. And if you resonate, you resonate. If you don't, check your placements. We should know this. So, Ace of Pentacles, many of you are very much, like I said, inclined towards a brand new opportunity. It requires a willingness to transition on your part, move, relocate. But frankly, there's a stronger sense I'd rather do this on my own than not at all. You're like, I'm willing to make that choice. I'm willing to make that sacrifice. I want a new opportunity, and I want it to be a strong one. There's a strong sense of security and personal endeavors, and this is my livelihood, and this is what I need to do for myself. I hope that you will come along with me, but I don't expect you to understand how important this is. But I would ask that you come along with me, and if you can't, then that's where you are. That's not where I am. And it's very strong. It's a very, very strong foot out the door. But it's not really a threat here. It's in this sense of this is something I need to do. Again, I don't expect you to understand. I need this new opportunity for myself, and if that means moving to distant shores or creating space between you and I, then that's what I will do. And you see this as something as quite personal. It's important to you. You're very logical about it. You're very rational about it. You're like, this is how it is. This is what I got to do. And you have a firm mind on the subject. Okay, I'm not here to dispute it. And the Six of Swords, that does require you leaving a distant shore to pursue something that in your own right you say is important to you. Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. You say this speaks to you, your skills, your experience, and you believe that this new opportunity, it's a now or never thing. I got to take this. It's a now or never thing. I got to do this. I created this, or it found me, regardless of how this Ace of Pentacles came about. Sometimes we make our own. Sometimes it pursues us. But you're saying, I can't pass it up. I would be stupid to do so. I am willing to do what it takes to get it. And your mind is there. It's there. It's in alignment. I can't say it isn't. So I do know that for the Pisces I'm looking at, it's right for you. Okay? Over here, Seven of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Ten of Wands. I don't want to go. I don't want to join you. I'm here and I'm committed to this pathway, Seven of Pentacles, the one that you and I are on. And yes, it hasn't changed. Yes, it's a little stagnant. Yes, it gets difficult, but this is where I'm at. Stay here. I'm asking you to stay here. They are willing to stay in the commitment, but not change the orientation of it. They're not willing to change the pathway. It's the one we're on is fine. Or I don't care about stagnation. I don't care. This is where I'm at. So the Hierophant is at the middle of this reading, so I know at the heart of this are a lot of tones that suggest commitment and kind of fixed. This is where I'm at. This is where I always said I would stay. This is where I always said I would be, and I expected you to be here too. This is where we committed to being or agreeing to being. So I'm seeing inflexibility on their part, and I'm also seeing what you might call inflexibility on your part, but I see it more as a determined focus. There's the difference between I'm being stubborn about something and knowing when something's right for you. You're showing me determination, as in, I know this is right for me and I don't expect you to understand. They're showing me this is what we agreed to. Okay. I respect the commitment. This is what we agreed to argument. However, it comes under question when one person needs to change. And if the other person can't go along with that, what does that say? We agreed to this thing 10, 15, 20 years ago, and that allows very little room to accommodate change that people inevitably have to experience. We need to make choices for ourselves, and that doesn't mean it's at the partner's expense or their exclusion. That means if you're my partner, you recognize in this what I need to. We can carry our commitment over here to this shore too. You don't have to stay behind. I want you to join me. You're my partner. Where does the commitment extend to my needs? Not just where we've been, but where we should also be. That's also commitment. It's supposed to be blanket coverage, not just where you're coming from or where you have been, but where you could be going to. And that's where a lot of people stumble and fail in their commitments, is recognizing the need to change and redefining the commitment under the two terms, new terms. You're wanting to redefine terms even if it means doing it on your own. They're like, I'm here and I've been here and I ain't going nowhere. Under a commitment, especially under a commitment, we are obligated more than ever to not just recognize our sameness, but also when we change or we need to grow. A healthy commitment recognizes when it's time to drive upwards, not just stay the same, and God forbid, drive downwards. We don't want to do this. This is when we're tearing each other down. You're showing me I need to be built up. Please join me. And they're like, no, get back down here. I'm not asking you to go down, but I'm asking you to stay here. You're like, I need to be here. Why aren't you supporting that? Because it requires me to change, and that scares me. So, and you're like, support me this way because this is where I intend to go. Or you can stay there. So this is how commitments, it's still a commitment. It's just you two are pointing in different directions. You're adamant about yours, they're about theirs. The biggest difference is one is a healthy, sense of change and evolution. The other one is choosing stagnation for fear of what else to do. Okay? But yes, there's still commitment here. Sorry, I needed time to explain that because things aren't always black and white, especially around commitment. A lot of people use commitment as blanket coverage. Well, we're committed, so end of story. That's not the end of either of your stories. You're committed to the story. Not just the sameness, but when it's time to also expand into new chapters. Or is this where your two stories end? Okay, Ace of Cups, Page of Swords, Seven of Wands. Man. Ouch. Yeah, for now we're excluding the both of you sharing the heart space. I can see why things are tense right now. We're not on the same page in reality, physically, in terms of where you two are being right now. Like I said, you're kind of pointing up and out. They're like here, as we've discussed. So you're both having a hard time accessing your feelings right now, as would be expected. You are pursuing this with or without their sense of being there. And they're still waiting, getting a little more pissed off. So you're both kind of like, well, you're not getting the best of my heart right now. Let's get some advice. Will it always be like this? No. Eventually something's going to give. Something has to give. Let's get some advice. Let's get some advice. Let's get some advice. Let's get some advice. You both cast a wary eye upon each other, like wanting to know if the other person's going to flinch, but neither one of you's giving. The best of your heart spaces are currently blocked. Okay? But you're both eyeballing each other to see if someone will give. Ace of Swords, Page of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. I know, honey, it's a truth. It's a truth for you. It's your truth, and it's a good one. It's solid as hell. Ace of Swords, that's the solid truth. Page of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. This is something for you that's important to work. And if it means relocating or making change and inconveniences, you're saying it's something you got to do. I agree with you because your energy this whole time has been in alignment. That doesn't mean your partner agrees. I would focus... Of course, you already talked about the benefits. But have you told them why it means something to you, other than the monetary thing and the stabilization and benefits and crap like that? Okay. Have you told them about how you see commitment and how you need it now more than ever, as opposed to them not being there? They're afraid they're going to be left behind. Justice, the King of Swords. We need to use our intelligence here to strike the balance. It's not just a technical thing. It's not just a legal thing. It's a spiritual thing. Yeah, Three of Swords. It feels like someone has... They've been left out. And there's something here we need to understand, that when we're pursuing this opportunity, someone automatically feels like they're being rejected or your way of life isn't good enough. And that's where we get that feeling of, I'm being left behind. No. Again, you ask them to join you. But if someone's terrified of change and what if I don't want to, will you still leave me behind? And that's all in there, honey. That's all shadows. There is a balance in here. It's just the King of Wands with the insistence here and the passion and the drive. It's just hard to see it because this is something you feel you need to do now and you wish they would catch up to you. We need some time to process this, but also get back to the point of how this balance isn't just a legal thing or a technical thing. It's actually a good thing for the both of you. Okay? And I think a big problem with this person is that you're acting like you're on your own and so individualized because this is such a strong pull to you that you're probably coming across as, I don't need you. I don't think that's what you intended. They just don't seem to understand that it's important to you. So much so that you have to do this. That they probably feel excluded anyway. It's not a form of rejection. It's you kind of like, I need my power back in some way. This means something to me. You know? Maybe it didn't mean anything to you 10 years ago, but it does today. That kind of thing. And the distant horizons. Yeah, I know. There's the drift, and yet there's still the anchor to the old pathway as well. Storm. Yeah, well, I got news for you. The storm's already here. Okay? The storm's already here. Despair. Someone feels really hopeless about this. A lot of things are changing, and it's feeling the drift and the drift and the drift, creating storms. Again, it's something that we need to address here. And if you want more of your independence from this commitment, then that tells me you've been holding yourself back, waiting for your time to be right to separate from this, or you still really want them there, but you're willing to proceed at all costs. Again, we need to more directly confront this, all right? I don't think that's the case. Toxicity bound pattern. I know that there's a fear-based pattern of change. I've seen it. I know. And some of you wonder if you locked yourself in like a dependent situation or codependent and you just want to exercise more freedom, but you're not trying to make them feel bad or excluded. And nevertheless, that's there. And that's part of their shadow work and part of their patterns. And maybe if you not pointed that out in a mean way, but pointed it out as, you know, real talk, honey. Let's talk about where this is really coming from. Messages and dreams. Having the intuition, the inclination, getting some downloads while you sleep, that kind of thing. Perhaps inspiration comes to you in your dreams. I hope that you the both of you, when you're able to look at this from the other person's perspective a little more. Okay? Y-E-S. Yes. We have the palm hand sign of spirituality. Once more, that sense of commitment and or Hierophant is here. Taurus energy doesn't have to be. But strong sense of spirituality, higher self here, and listening to that, but also not feeling that we can't change from it either. Okay. All right, Pisces, honey, I hope this helps you. Next time we tune in, I don't know that I'll necessarily see the same thing, a continuation, if you will. But if we do, hopefully we'll see more progress, okay? In the meantime, I hope it helped. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Cancer. And their person, please. Show me Cancer and their person. What's going on? Show me Cancer. And their person. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. But as I explained in the intro, reverse the energies as you see fit. To this day, I still get that comment. I'm assuming the first line is my sign. You skipped that part when I was shuffling, didn't you? What's going on? Ten of Cups, Two of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. Oh, well, don't you look pleased as punch? Nice. The World. King of Pentacles, Six of Cups. Yeah. Interesting. Four of Cups. The Hermit, the Moon, overview, Seven of Pentacles. You look pleased. Like everything has its place. Everybody has their place. I love who I'm connected to. I love myself. I love it. It's great. That's a healthy circuit. Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups, Two of Wands. You try to keep yourself in the present, keep yourself focused in the moment. Love that. I wish more people did that. It's such a simple thing, Two of Wands, which is why I wish more people would do it, because they seem to take that for granted. Living in the moment, deciding in the moment, communicating in the moment about what they feel and what they're thinking, honestly, without covering it up with a bunch of bullshit. And with the Ten of Cups, you know, it's like, yeah, everybody has their place in my inner world. Your inner circle is lovely. It's harmonious. It's fluid. You feel supported and loved by it. They love you. You love them. Everybody loves everybody in your world. I'm not saying it's perfect. What I'm saying is that there's a certain comfort and peace in knowing your place in your life, other people's lives, how you affect theirs, how they affect yours. These are the people we can look out upon the world and we're happy they're there. We see their face and we're like, oh, I'm glad they're in my life. I love them. Family members, friends. Ten of Cups, again, is the emotional harmony principle. So this is family members, friends, spouses, kids, the whole thing. Dogs, whatever. Okay? It's all good. It's all good. These are dependable loves in my life, and they support me. They're not there for me all day, every day. That's not the point. I'm a better person for being connected to them. That's that feeling. And you get that. Nine of Cups. You're like, I am exactly where I want to be. And it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. You have such a wonderful inner circle. I have the feeling yours is kind of largish. But that's you, though. That would be you. You have a largest inner circle, you know? You're the person who probably connects easily. Like, I have a very small inner circle, right? I'm very selective about who goes in there because, honey, when I love hard, but all the more reason why I got to have a small inner circle. Okay? You're like, I'm good. I can handle folks. And that's good. I always admire people who can do that. But everybody's different. All right. The World, King of Pentacles, Six of Cups. Oi. I don't know what's going on with this person. That's okay. King of Pentacles, Six of Cups. That's not in a position of opening. That's in a position of closing. Someone here is choosing to close out a cycle. And practically speaking, they're saying it's what's best for them. Six of Cups. I don't know if that's with you. I don't know. It's some sort of connection. I'm assuming it's you. I honestly don't know. It could be that this is something that's happening to them of their own accord as an individual. Like they're closing out a cycle with a soul bond. Okay. And you know about it. Perhaps you support them, because they could already be part of your vast inner world of people that you love and care about. And perhaps you were supporting them at this time. Yes, you want to close that one out. Yes, it would be best for you. It could be that you are the Six of Cups, in which case they're closing out the cycle with you. I don't know. We'll get to it. The World, King of Pentacles, Six of Cups, from their point of view, and the King of Pentacles is at the heart of this reading. Practically speaking, while they feel deeply bonded to this connection, they no longer see it as an investment that they want to continue in, to have an environment with, to share resources with, to protect, nurture. I don't know. It's kind of serious business with the King, Queen of Pentacles in that respect of this is what I pour myself into, time, energy, and effort, finances, everything, in terms of comfort, home, quality of care, self-worth. So in this connection that they're cycling out, they no longer therefore see their self-worth in it. A fondness, yes, a fondness that lingers. Six of Cups will always be a kind of fondness, an emotional bond that lingers, but no longer trying to exercise building a whole world around them or a place of comfort and care. I say I can no longer look to this connection for that. Comfort, care, quality of life. Okay, good experiences. That's all the King and Queen of Pentacles right there. So when they say that, they kind of mean it. It's like, I have a fondness for this. I always will. But it's not something I can build my whole life into, protect, provide for, feel needed in some way. It doesn't reflect my self-worth. You get me? So either A, you're a character in their life, one of their support, because you have so many. I don't know who this person is to you. So this could be a support cup, and you know what they're going through. And you're like, I get it. I completely encourage you, King of Pentacles. I know you wouldn't be doing this unless you understood it was right for you. And you're helping them at this time. Okay, you could be a support person. Or this is you. And if it is you, if this person is closing out a cycle with you, you're loved, but you know that. You're well loved, you're well supported. You have such a vast emotional circle. I just, you might be hurt, but I don't think it would be for long. I'm not saying it's a competition. Pain is never a competition. But someone here is hurt. Yeah, Four of Cups, the Hermit, the Moon. In time, quietly, someone has been resolving themselves to this for a long time. Quietly. There has been an outstanding unhappiness here. You, them, but it's rarely talked about. It's rarely discussed. Someone had to consolidate themselves, the Hermit, to this quietly. It was, I guess you could say it was an act of secret, sure. The Hermit still has a job to do. It's just under the moon, so it takes a long time to figure out. Quietly, privately, sorting through and working out more difficult, complex emotions. But the surface one being Four of Cups, which is an active state of upsetness that's in a long-standing pool of unhappiness that perhaps for someone it was secret a very long time. Okay? So either you knew this was coming and you've been consolidating yourself towards it, they knew it was coming and they were trying to consolidate themselves towards it, but someone's been doing some active moon work privately and quietly for some time now. Okay. The Seven of Pentacles, because and your overview is the Seven of Pentacles is a sense of the pathway's been stretched out a long time. Where does one end and where does one begin? Things hadn't improved either, but time did stretch out. With Seven of Pentacles, it's stagnation here, or it's just the way things have been. It's been so stretched out. I mean, you couldn't honestly say where one began or one ended. You really can't. The Seven of Pentacles, that doesn't mean it was getting better, but it hadn't gotten worse. It's just a lot of disappointment stretched out over a long period of time. Let's get some advice, please. I'm terribly curious. I'm terribly curious about, I have the feeling though, because this is technically shared, but more than that, if I may be so bold. On the surface, are you generally a happy person? Yeah. Are you happily connected to who you're connected to? Absolutely, 1000%. This person, if this is you that they're cycling out with, do they have a fondness for you still? Of course, that's based on time. I have the distinct feeling neither one of you has ever really gotten too heavily into the topic of not just feelings, I'm okay, you're okay, surface stuff. I mean, we have a deeper thing going on here, and we never talk about it. I think you both share this to some extent. One of you quietly consolidating the unhappiness and the realness of it and how long you felt it, and the other person processing it and understanding that it's time to cycle this out. I think, if I'm being honest with you a little more, I don't think you're terribly surprised. I don't think they are either. If I may. This has to be one of the more gentle separations I've seen. And it seems to be starting with the most obvious part is emotional separation first. Okay. And recognizing it at long last. What happens after that if you two are inclined to try to fix it, temperance it? I don't know. Ten of Wands, the Devil. Okay, it runs deep. The Magician. You know, we've been telling ourselves we're going to continue to bring this in to the world. Ten of Wands, the Devil. But someone has been hiding how difficult this has been. Very. It's kind of like saying, yeah, I want this. It's out of habit. Fear-based habit, pattern, not knowing what else to manifest, not knowing what else to ask for, not knowing where to ask for help or the relief of it. There is a sense of this is too heavy and it's been carrying and weighing on me for such a long time, and I tried to make myself be okay with it, but it wasn't. It was okay and it hasn't been okay in a long time. Like I said, I strongly suspect you're both prone to not really pushing the deeper parts of yourself to have that real emotional discussion that goes way the hell down there in the depths where it gets dark and scary. On the surface, you have no problem maintaining your connections. But this one that I believe is supposed to run deeper has a lot of crooked spots in it. Ten of Wands, the Devil, the Magician. It's fear of not knowing what else to manifest. It's fear to manifest anything more. The truth is too heavy, it's too dense, it's too unspoken. Two of Wands, the Empress, the Hermit. So here we have the Hermit, the Empress, Two of Wands. There's the honest conversation here. It does recommend or suggest or lean into empowerment at long last, everything that was never discussed. And like I said, someone might put forward prompting the ending of the cycle, and that might actually generate real conversation, which could lead to some healing here. And under what form that takes, I don't know. This person kind of threw down, well, this cycle's closed, or I'm going to close it. But that doesn't mean that you two can't really be honest with each other and discuss things completely and fully. There's a lot in there to discuss. But it can generate honest conversation and healing and a sense of mutual respect. Okay. The bullwhip, harshness, 11. Magnifying glass, so harsh. Details, whipping ourselves. Forcing ourselves to conform. I'm trying to say conform, not confirm. Trying to force ourselves to conform and stay in alignment with something that we told ourselves we must reach for again and again. 27, the honesty. This is the in-depth letter, the full weight of one's thoughts and feelings fully expressed down to the T. Excuse me, I'm tired. It's my end of the day now. A compass, true north, true intentions, true thoughts. This is what I really wish for myself or us. Okay, at last. Who knows? With this coming forward, we might have a better idea of what our true north is. What we should really be aiming towards. Okay? Yeah, as I said, this is stuff that has been not discussed between you two. A lot of self-isolating thoughts that we kept trapped on the inside and therefore kept the distance between you two at the deepest levels, even though you technically might see this person every day or check in with him every day. But it's all the stuff that was neglected and it builds up like plaque. Okay? Someone gets trapped in their head a lot. I don't know how I can talk about this or bring this up. You just start somewhere, honey. I know the shadow side for the both of you. You both kept things hidden. Okay. If we drag all this out and we're thorough and methodical with it, you two might still have some place to go. At least ending this in terms of conversation and respect and better understanding of each other. That's brilliant already. You two might find that closing this out is good for you or not what you actually want. Tarot doesn't dictate action. You do. Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. And I grant you, this does take two. But I do see you two learning more about each other in the end and retaining a sense of respect. Okay? Yes. I do believe it's you who's on the other end of that Six of Cups. X, B, Z, S. We have the butterfly in reverse, the inability to transform. The crescent moon is in reverse and upside down. Trying to ignore the moon stuff. Not wanting to recognize the phases. We have the medallion of Virgo. Some of you have some very strong Virgo in your chart. Could be connecting to. And also the season of Virgo might be important to some of you. Cancer, honey, I do hope this helped you. And no, it is not clearly decided because this is real life. Okay, it's not until we have more to work with that I can see more results, but I could definitely see where even if this thing closes out, at least towards the end, you two understand each other better after all this time. Okay? That's as good as anything. It's better than leaving fucked up and angry and twisted over something, right? I think so. But that may not be yours, in which case don't take it. Don't get your tissues out, honey, if it's not. Don't. You don't need to get your tissues out. It's so sad. Check your other placements. Honestly, honey, you will get your heart broken over a piece of cherry pie. Like, don't. That's why I get extra empathetic for the Cancer reading, because it's like, oh, sensitivity, sensitivity, but also real life. Real life, you know? So this one's either yours or it's not. That's it. Right? Like, I know, Christina, I understand. It's not mine, but oh my God, it was so good. Well, thank you. I try to be a good storyteller. I do. I do. All right. I do hope this helped you at the end of the day. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well.